Hello everyone, and welcome to ZeldaSpeedRuns. So today we have the Ocarina of Time Randomizer Battle Royale Season 2 Showcase Race. And on commentary we will have Chimp and Emo Soda, I think. Yeah. And on tracking,
and Hyper.
And Hyper. Okay, all three, yeah. And on tracking we
Three-person
will have
comms,
nobody
maybe.
because we will have no trackers in this one. So yeah. Have fun everyone for this new tournament.
Thanks, Alka. Yeah, just happy to be here. Thanks for joining me, Emo and Hyper. Hyper, the Season 1 Invincible champion, I must add.
Let's go.
Oh, wow. I didn't know I was in the presence of a champion.
Yeah, true
Of
champion, defending his crown.
Yeah.
I guess to briefly explain Battle Royale to those that have no idea what they're watching. Battle Royale is a game mode where the aim is to get points and not die. It's one-hit KO, and if you die once, you have a fairy revive. If you die twice, you are out. And your points are whatever they were at the time that you hit that game over screen. The seeds are capped at 2 hours 30 minutes, so you only have a set time to get as many points as possible. You can beat Ganon. It's fairly easy settings in order to get to Ganon's tower, but if you beat Ganon, your points are locked and your run ends. And that is the basics, really. And we'll explain more as we go.
All right, so
Yeah,
what's
it's pretty
the what are we looking at for like the best points you can get in the seed, Hyper?
I think this season in particular, there's a lot of points in the dungeons. So a lot of the enemies that you fight, so Stalfos in particular, are worth 3 points each. So getting into dungeons, taking on them, big points. But I think you'll see early game players routing, trying to find a lot of items that are going to help progress in those dungeons. And then if they survive past the hour mark, they'll start tackling the dungeons themselves. And here we go. Random spawns.
Lovely. Beautiful Lake Hylia spawn.
That's something that's new for this season as well, is random spawns. So really exciting that each seed feels a lot more different now.
And we got a Hornet model. Look at that. That's sick.
Strong. But I think not going to survive the whole of Silk Song is this one. Fairly custom hint distribution made by Ink, who's in the race. The pretty much number one priority most of these players are going to be doing is finding a shield, because you do not start with them and everything is deadly, so it is best to prepare yourself as much as possible.
Yeah, so we got shops on, so you'll see players early game checking as many shops as they can to try and find those shields, because without a shield in one hit KO, it gets pretty scary pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
Hover boots on Bigoron, Valley Foolish, learning a few things about the seed. Epona's on OoT.
Bonus is locked. Okay, so there are hints. There's many goals you can do to get points. Some of those hints are tied behind certain items. Epona's song does lock quite a few points behind her. So if you do manage to get Epona's, you can rack up some points quite quickly. But as it is locked behind 3 dungeons, it's probably going to be either late game or not really something for this seed.
It's like a
Bomb
wallet
bag
lock
in one of the market shops.
Yeah, and bottle looks like two wallets locked in Kanak. Okay, love to see it. It's either that or like really cheap items. I feel like in Shop Sanity.
Yeah, stick upgrade would be nice. Or 175 for that as well. Goodness.
I think what's cool about this season in particular is there's so many more objectives that the divergence you'll see from everyone and like the choices that you have are so huge. There's just not enough time to get everything done. So I really find that decision-making aspect interesting this season.
Well, 140 for that Deku Shield, not what you want to see. Now, the Ploppler is probably in the most dangerous place so far. I'll see if he escapes. Honestly, Kakiri Forest is genuinely quite scary as adult in these settings.
It's terrifying.
Those Octoroks can just snipe you from anywhere.
You have to be really careful with your pathing in that area. As long as you do that, it's not too bad, but you have to go quickly is the only problem.
Now, a change for this season from last season is that players... Oh, there's a Hylian shield in Midos. Players can save quit if they feel they are about to get hit. So if you're fast enough, if your reaction speeds are that of an esports gamer, then you can get out of dangerous situations fairly easily. But a lot of the time, it's a lot easier than it sounds.
Yeah, big one for early on in Dampe race, for example. You can just walk to put the fire out. You don't need to roll and still not die to it, no-co. So there's a lot of things like that. Ooh, 20 skull hookshot.
Oh dear.
We just pulled a Deku shield as well on Ink side.
Okay,
of Andrew.
That hookshot is a bit of a rough one.
I'm seeing in chat what's the point of heart pieces? There's not really a big point. It's just for like timers, for heat timers, and
it's still potentially valuable to get heat timers for going into DMC, for example. Because if your timer runs out, you die, and you do need to be able to get to places like the Fire Temple entrance and maybe even underwater in the Water Temple. Now, Dampe pointing at first hookshot being in Kakariko, so it does look like that 20 skull hookshot could be the first logical one. Ooh. Now, Plopper is probably in the most dangerous place in the game. And there we go. One down.
He might get double tapped. He's going to be mashing the pause button right now.
About half a second here to pause. No, there we go.
And it didn't even last 5 minutes. We got our first fatality here.
And Flopper is out immediately.
So, I think this season, knowing that we're allowed to save quit, I think it's a safety save. So if you get hit, you can just hit the reset button. I think is the way to go. It looks like we'll see.
It's always so scary in the SFM maze. I mean, even if you know what you're doing, if you just miss the jump once next to the water, you can just turn around because you're taking so long and just get you.
Yeah, I played this yesterday and I decided I'm never going in the maze without a shield. It's like you can do it. It's just it's so slow and it's so much more dangerous without the shield.
Yeah, it's absolutely brutal. But just as is a showcase of settings, you show the good and the bad, right? And we've definitely shown the bad. A 4-minute death is not the best. Moblins are so brutal. I'd put Moblins maybe number 2, as if Stalfos are number 1 leading cause of death. Moblins are definitely number 2.
I think so. This is terrifying.
I would think it's keys, personally, just due to the random nature of them sometimes. If keys you don't look at where the keys are.
Yeah, keys are rough, but as long as you've got Deku Nuts, you can avoid them, and Deku Nuts in these settings are unbelievably important. Whereas you can't not a Moblin, and Stalfos are mostly immune to them, so it's only so much you can do. But as we see, I did just for visibility, I did say to Plop here can carry on, as it is a bit of a showcase. There's no point just chumbing on for 4 minutes and bailing out. So Plop can't win the race, but he can at least carry on and show off a bit more of the settings.
Yeah, I think it's a great way to showcase how difficult some of these objectives are, especially if you're not familiar with them. Like this maze is so scary.
Yeah, I personally skip the maze as an objective until either later on, if I've got already a good amount of points, because it's just something that I just don't want to die so early, and it's such a dumb place to die if it happens. It's like, oh man. So
yeah, at least wait for the songs. I personally would say, because not only is it the lazy play, I love being lazy. That's great. I can play a song and just be there instead of having to go through the maze. Great, but it's also way faster. So kind of too. I don't know. I just think it's safer to also skip it too, just based on that.
Yeah, Flea is just squeezing past some of these flames. Needs to be a little careful. Dampe is not your friend.
Yeah, you have a lot of leeway here. You have about 10, 15 seconds even, before you have to be through the door there. Yeah. So
he really does put the fear of God into you. There's nothing quite like not knowing where these flames are going to land, whilst also trying to be a little fast. It's got
It could be
42
midway
here.
or finishing your roll, and just a fire comes from off screen and just kills you.
Notably, getting to beating Danpe's race is worth points. So even though there's nothing here, and you can't void out at the end, so we will have to save quit or play Song of Time, that itself is worth some points.
That's probably the funniest part about this. Just the forced save quit. It's interesting.
Yeah. You don't have to defeat all the moblins, you just have to get through the maze. But getting through the maze as adult without defeating the moblins is quite difficult. So normally you defeat most of them. The one at the front, if you're going backwards, you can probably avoid killing maybe one or two. But it's probably easier and safer to kill them if you know how to.
Ooh, looks like Durax actually got a wallet, so he got that first bomb bag on Market. But there was also a river hint for King Dodongo, so
yeah,
could be another one in river, like Open Grotto or something.
Okay.
Could also be a strength there.
Plop is going for the world record of most deaths within the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's got more deaths than points, but that's fine. Durax is into Forest Temple. Now, Wolfos are worth a point each, so that's a very quick and free 2 points for Durax there. He's in Desert Colossus, however, and Desert Colossus is an awful place to be. There are a couple of goals.
Storms.
That's nice. Yeah, that is good. It is Dungeon ER, so Song of Storms early is beneficial. It's a 3-dungeon bridge, so it doesn't take too much to get to Ganon's castle. And if you get to Ganon's within half an hour, you can just bail. If you've got the stuff to do it and you just want to beat the seed and get the points, you're more than welcome to. It is worth 30 points to beat Ganondorf and Ganon.
35 now, I think.
35. Yes, 35.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, Ganon got a little buff.
Yeah, not to mention the climb itself. Like, you've got 6 points in Iron Knuckles, you got 6 points in Stalfos, you got 4 points in Zenalfos. So yeah, there's a ton of points on that final climb.
Very lucrative place to be.
Do people usually go for that, or just skip it?
I've seen people. I haven't seen anyone make the early play for it last season. Might be different this season because it feels a little bit harder.
A 1 seed last season, I did go and beat Ganon at about 2 hours. I was like, you know what? I don't trust myself to get other points, so I'm just going to try and finish the seed. But the seeds from last season, you typically see Ganon defeated at like 2 hours, 29 minutes, right? So it's just like...
Yeah, that makes sense.
Got to the end, they know that they can beat Ganon, and there's no better points to get at that stage, so... You know, just go and
it's like the least risk to put it off that way. So
exactly,
that makes sense.
You could be like me in my quarterfinal and kill Ganon at 2 hours, 30 minutes, and 5 seconds. Not get the points for it.
Yeah, you've got to time it right. It's a hard cap at 2:30, so if you do go over, then it's you've got to plan it all out. And it's not just a typical 6.5 minute climb. You've got to be a lot more careful than normal. So.
Well, the time should be pretty consistent. I don't think anyone's playing on N64, right? So it's a little easier to know how long it's going to take. But getting really close to those levers.
But you are
fairly safe here. You're pretty safe here overall. Not totally.
As long as you hug the wall, you're normally fine. There is a Zora scale on the skull mask, as the hint I just read.
Ooh. It's pretty safe to get.
Yeah, Durax now has explosives.
Yeah, a little worried about Octoroks.
Yeah, Octorok. Anything that fires projectiles are just horrendous to deal with. Okay, so Flea buying what looks to be the vanilla Deku shield here. Durax picking up the lens. Now, the lens is surprisingly useful if you do go into somewhere like Shadow Temple. You do avoid a good amount of damage just by having the lens by default. Also helps with Dead Hand as Child, because if you try and jump slash the hands but you don't know where Dead Hand's going to spawn, sometimes he can surprise you. And he's pretty close to you. Welcome in, Sky. Definitely raided a unique race.
Yeah, no one has any like kind of skull positive items. 200 rupees for 10. That's a great deal.
Ah, bargain.
It's in Guan City, or no, market shop. Okay.
Touch upon skulls briefly. There are a lot of points for collecting skulls this season. Definitely more than last season for sure. Each dungeon, if you collect skulls in each dungeon, that is worth an amount of points depending on the dungeon itself. And there is a significant amount of points for collecting 50 skulls.
Yeah, Ink told me that Ink's early game strategy, he didn't do it in this seed, is to dump his fairy immediately and use the bottle for bugs. Super high risk play, because if you ditch your fairy and you die, you don't get the extra life.
Yo, that's okay, and you can't like scum it, right? Like you can't just like reset. And
that's right. Yeah, if you take the death without the fairy, you're done.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the fairy, you can't get the fairy if you empty it, right? Like,
oh no, you can. If you empty a fairy and but you've not used it, you can go get another one.
Okay.
Yeah, so it is as long as you're secure.
But just the one. Okay.
Yeah, but you can't do it twice.
Yeah, like logically, you might be forced into dumping your fairy as well if you find an early ice cavern or something. Yeah, you might have to play the risky game.
Yeah, definitely possible.
It looks like Durax is setting up for just DC. I think get behind, but yeah, I would think DC once you get the bomb bag here seems like a pretty safe play.
If we find
pretty likely to get the items, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Sorry.
I think that's really helped freshen up this season as well. Is the Dungeon ER not like you said, DC would just be the default play with a bomb bag, but now it's I've got to find DC.
It wouldn't be too much different than if like Oko wasn't on, it was just a seed, right? You'd see a lot of Deku and DC as the first two dungeons just by default. So
yeah,
definitely, I can get behind that.
All right, Durax taking on the killer of runs.
Though I haven't really been seeing the dungeon entrances. Did we see what was that Spirit?
I think Spirit was water.
Water. Ooh.
I definitely saw water on someone's screen, although that might have been Deku Tree. I can't remember. We found a water temple.
Enzora's Fountain. There's an objective here to jump on every single iceberg without getting hit, without killing the Octos.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, those Octos can ruin your day. Also, I don't think Durax is going to make the minute timer here. He might do.
It's going to be close.
Should.
Ooh. Does that count? A minute flat counts, right?
Yeah, a minute just counts. As far as the next season goes, if there is a season 3, Randomizer will be strongly considered, but I won't get ahead of myself and talk around that one. We'll see.
It's not finished. It's only in Ship of Arcanon, I think, right? I don't think it's finished as a feature yet. Is it?
It's not. It's definitely not in main. There is a branch with it working, but it's certainly not.
The last time I touched it, it had the issue of flare dancers just jumping out of bounds in some areas. So unless that was fixed,
it's mostly fixed. But anyway, like I said, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
We're seeing an ice.
I think that's a lot.
Now, which is like scariest dungeon probably for Battle Royale.
Ice is genuinely horrendous. These blades aren't too bad. Ooh, yeah, I was gonna say you can shield drop. There are parts you can't shield drop because like the end of the blades are, I think they're like slightly curved and they will hit you anyway if you're at the very edge. But you know, if you're smart enough, you shield drop in the middle, you're mostly fine. But it's the icicles that drop from the ceiling that are the big risk. Oh, proper just rolling through the spike traps there. Goodness.
The keys to this room in particular with no bow, the keys are a nightmare.
This room is probably the deadliest, I would imagine. The icicles you can mainly just avoid. You just have to take the right path around them.
Yeah.
But
No.
yeah, keys seem like it'd be extremely problematic.
Oh, it's getting
Here we
chased.
go.
Oh,
Oh!
oh my god.
Yeah, here you could just die. That
Oh,
one
God.
key set past him can just turn around and then get you from behind.
I would be panicking so much.
There's
if
so
I
many
was
ways that
Opera
could
right
just
now.
gone poorly there just based on RNG. So
Yeah, that was incredibly lucky.
like that one,
Nate-
that one can still attack you.
Yeah, there is a big chest here though.
Nehru's is not in the pool, the item pool.
Yes.
So Nehru's and BGS are disabled, and you are not
Ooh,
allowed
okay.
to buy the giant's knife.
It's a pretty funny stipulation. I mean, it makes sense. Usually, you don't ever really buy that. Usually, so
Yeah. So
but
we
here
did
makes a
find
lot of
lights.
sense.
Did find lights here, so ice is necessary if players do want to beat Ganon today. Now there is a pretty large points goal for collecting the chest that Plopper just collected, the map chest, and collecting the song. That grants you, I believe it's 8 points. Sometimes forget my own tracker, but yeah, good chunk of points for these checks here.
Extremely dangerous here on Ink's side. He emptied the ferry, right? Looks like, or did he find another bottle?
No, I think oh, he's dead. He got
Was that
nuked from the sky.
Yeah, those boulders can hit you no matter because you're not really going that fast as child. So, and again, it's an element of RNG that you can't control. So, kind of a lucrative target, right? For that skull, I believe, and the crate is worth something.
Yeah, if you get to if you get the skull and the scrub, then you get some points there. But that is it. I know Hyper. I think you don't particularly have a problem with this route, but I've always deemed it to be super dangerous.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I wasn't watching Ink that time. Like I've always just backwalked with the Deku shield and held the shield up the entire time, and it's been fine. But I think it's important you set your angle first.
Yeah.
I didn't see how Ink actually died, so.
Yeah, I think he just got hit by a rogue one right at the end.
Yeah, it like bounced off the wall or something.
Right, yeah. So if you want to line that angle up, so it's like a straight shot to the wall. But Ink's not holding shield, which is probably why he died. If you hold shield here and one hits you, you don't actually take damage unless it hits you from behind.
He wasn't holding shield the original time. Also, just for clarity, I did tell Ink to carry on for a bit. There's no point, as it is a bit of a showcase race.
We still got 2 people left. We're good.
Exactly. So we'll carry
20
on.
minutes in, we're chilling.
Plenty more.
You might be right on this, Chimp. You were saying earlier, you don't think it's going to last an hour here.
I'm telling you, I predict everyone to be dead by an hour. But
all right, that's a pretty safe bet. Looks like here.
Oh, there goes.
Oh, that's another one.
He took a skull to the face.
Skull Waltalas.
Did we talk about like the format of this tournament, like how it's going to work?
Yeah. So, and I think someone just asked in chat how this generally works. Anyway, so this is Battle Royale. The plan is the aim of the game is to get points whilst avoiding dying. If you die, you're out. In theory, Ink would be out of the race entirely here, but we'll see if he carries on. The format is a weekly knockout, so every Saturday evening or afternoon, depending on your time zone, or morning if you're hyper. There'll be a weekly race, and the player with depending on player count, the player with the lowest amount of points during that week will be eliminated, and it just carries on until there are 4 players remaining, and then 4 players will have one sort of standoff race, and it's winner takes all, last person to die, or the most points gained will win.
Yeah, super cool change from last season. Last season it was a 1v1 bracket, and we kind of had races decided in the first 10 minutes if there was an early death. So I really like this format. It forces people, everyone plays the same seed. Just a bit more dynamic and exciting, I think.
Well, Plopper has taken another one there in Ice Cavern. So really, really kindly, Plopper is showing us all of the lethal traps that can be found in the game, and I'm sure that was his intention when he joined the race. Just show off, the dangerous places. This is what to avoid. So yeah, lots of. You'll see plenty more deaths. I'm pretty sure.
Whoa! Look at that!
What is
Jurax
Jurax doing, man? Oh, that was crazy.
Oh, you sign up past the moblin into the alcove? Oh, okay.
That's a man.
I was about to say
right there.
I was about to say he's looking pretty good so far overall. I mean, he's been playing very safe. I think his rounding's been pretty good too.
Yeah, it's hard to
can't go up there. But yeah, that's an amazing piece of tech there.
Yeah, Jurax and Ink have definitely been grinding out seeds the past few weeks. Moblins were part of Season 1 as well, so it's a familiar goal for those that were in the first season as well. So
they can't just bomb jump right up, or
yeah. So if you ground jump or climb the ladder, either way, you don't get the points. So you have to make it all the way through to the platform.
Oh, I see.
From the start of SFM without going up.
All right. I mean, I would have just gotten 20 skulls at this point because you can get a hook, and then it's just easy, right? But
again,
plus you would overlap the dungeon entrance too, and get a song. I don't know.
Get the dungeon entrance, but using the hook to get the scarecrow also doesn't get you the points. You have to go through the maze.
No. I just meant just using it on the moblins. You can just use it no matter which way they're facing.
Yeah.
For hook, so
yeah, hooks are quite nice to have here for sure.
We just pulled a bow off of KZ as well.
Ah, very nice.
Wow.
One of the big items, as we see Flea do a challenge in Bottom of the World, new for this season. So lighting every single torch without killing any of the keys.
Yeah, it's a rough one, and there's two Gibdos in here, and whilst you can kill those, they certainly cause some trouble.
You can still nut them, right?
You can nut the keys.
Them, yeah.
You can wear a skull mask. But no, I turned the skull mask off. You can't wear a skull mask.
Can't wear a skull mask.
But there are, like I said, there's two Gibdos in here, and if you do it in the wrong order, you can definitely mess yourself up with those Gibdos freezing you. But looks like he's fine, so gets the points.
Yeah, Flea's gonna miss the Gibdo that spawns out of the coffin, because I don't think it spawns back.
Yeah, if you lit the torch and go back in, the Gibdo, as you say, doesn't respawn. So no points from that one, but still gets the points from the room, which I believe is 3. So climbing up there into is it double digits? No, not quite. 7 points so far for Flea, 11 for Jurax. So technically, with Ink and Plopper having nuked themselves a couple of times, Jurax is currently in the lead, but things can quickly change.
And that's the thing, the point farming early game is really slow, and then if you make it to your last hour, it's you can get 100+ points in the last hour. You just load it up with all the dungeon items that you need, and it's just there's so many points in those dungeons, but getting to that point is the real difficult part.
Yeah, it's you typically find the first hour to hour and 15, you're generally just playing the rando and just trying to equip yourselves well, and then sort of the second half of the seed is right, enough checks, I won't check anything else, I've got the items I've got, and I will just get as many points as I can with what I have. So otherwise you will start to fall behind.
Ooh, case sword in the shop? Oh, too expensive.
Ooh,
not required, but a nice item to have, that case sword.
My goodness, Flea missed that keys by millimeters here. Now, I would definitely kill the like in this room. Chooses to just gets the silver gauntlets. Obviously can't collect the skulls, so
he could have got that one because it was a big chest.
Yeah, true.
But
as you can't get the other ones, it doesn't. Not too much value in it.
Got stuck on the bomb flower.
There's another
does
goal.
Flea have one-hit KO experience? Because I believe this is the first time Flea's playing Battle Royale, and
I think Flea.
well.
I think Flea played last season For
Oh right, yeah. I think what I meant was I think this is just Flea's first time playing season 2.
Yeah, I don't think Flea's done much of season 2 at all. So this is yeah, they're doing well, all things considered. A couple of items in the well here as well, and oh, a slingshot, very valuable. Any projectile is a huge win. There is a goal here in the bottom of the well to get all of the silver rupees. A little dangerous because if you fall off that wood, you will take a hit immediately. So you've got to be a little careful here.
Yeah, take it careful. Shield turns are your best friend in this room in particular, and yeah, take out the redeads for sure.
Seems okay. Oh, yeah.
That
Side
drop is scary. I'm not sure if
I would definitely side hop off that.
You need speed there, otherwise I think you would take damage there.
Yeah.
You just like
that's gonna get someone for sure this year.
Okay, but Flea picking up the points for the silver rupees, so
yeah,
should now be into double-digit points.
Yeah, that was all in like bottom of the well. A ton of points there. Like that was about 10 points just from bottom of the well alone.
Yeah, it's nice and quick few points at the well. Nothing too lucrative, and no ZL.
I think season 3 you might want to consider Bonko too.
Oh, I've been asking Chimp.
No way on earth.
I think I'm one of the only people that would want to play that.
If I want season 3 to just be hyper, then I'll turn Bonko on.
No, you'd have me too.
Okay,
let's be a 1v1 season.
1v1, let's go.
Yeah, I'll create a spin-off Bonko tournament just for you two.
Though to be fair though, that is really good practice. Like especially for this, I think if you played just Okobonko with anything, it's just going to make you a lot more aware of your movements and like how much space you have with a lot of stuff. That I think it would still improve your gameplay, even if normally you wouldn't want to bonk anyway, right? Like it's going to be a time
people's heart rates are already high enough during these games, let alone constantly worrying about rolling into a tree. Ink buying 5 beans.
Well, you should be though, because it's slower if you bonk.
True, that is true. But yeah, Ink setting himself up for the plant 5 beans in unique spots goal. Not a difficult goal, but it does take a bit of time. Certain goals are pretty safe, and they're goals mainly to just sort of, here's a relatively easy thing to do, but do you want to do it? It does take quite a bit of time, so you've got to be a little careful with your routing with some of these, because you can route quite a few goals together, make it quite lucrative, but if you go for one of these in isolation, it can end up wasting a lot of time for not a lot of value. Yeah,
we're seeing Durex do a new one. I think this one's a little scary as well. He's got to farm 4 Gways and then nut them. Just getting 4 to follow you is like a bit of a challenge.
Yeah, this is
you can't go too far, and then
and the hard part is knowing that you have 4 on your tail before you nut. Like
that was 3.
That was 3.
Yeah. See if he tries again. It's a tough one, and it's really risky.
Yeah, I played around with it yesterday.
Corners, I think. It's just not enough, like, within range. You have to do one of the corners and have one follow you.
There's 5 outside the tower. There's 4 above this zone, and there's technically 4. I think it's 4 in the entrance to the race course, but the tower one is definitely the easiest one.
It's by like the wooden wall there. Oop, that's 3. Yeah, I think 1 de-aggroed, so now it's 2.
Yeah, if they de-aggro, they don't fly too far away before they can re-aggro, so just generally running around in a circle will eventually get you the 4 you need.
Yeah, it's be a consistent circle. You can't turn too tight. You got a beak or 2 behind you,
It's not easy.
Yeah, this objective is I just find really hard. It just feels like a big RNG factor in getting them to follow you. But
this looks like a winner. Does it now? There we go. That's 5.
Nice.
That's 5.
Wow, okay.
No bonus points, but manages to get the points. So I think that was 4 points for specifically the goal is using a nut on 4 Gways, so well done to Durax there, showing off one of the new goals for the season.
Yeah, that was cool to see. That's one of those ones. It's like a time investment and also a risk reward. It's a tough one to like make a decision whether you want to go for it or not.
For sure.
Plus, just having Suns in the range to begin with, like even that is like not a guarantee.
Ink with the Spirit Path to Morph hint there, so could see ourselves dipping into Spirit. Spirit's an interesting one. It's not the most difficult generally, but there are a few rooms that are an absolute nightmare.
Yeah, Child Spirit is like horrifying. Like just that one Stalfos on its own.
Child Spirit's pretty brutal, and if you the shortcut for Spirit is on. So if you do go into Spirit and you go into the room with the invisible Floor Master, now that's when you're in for a party, because those flying pots below you, they will make an appearance whether you like it or not.
So some more points for Flea as well, farming through the SFM maze. So yeah, this area gives you points for both ages navigating that maze. Adult, you can use a sword and shield. Child, you can only use a shield.
Yeah, no Deku Nuts for these ones. Of course, like every goal, you don't have to go for it. If you're not feeling confident or if you're in a bit of a rush, you can choose to skip something and come back to it later, but it's a fairly easy and simple one to get done quickly. You're always going to need the song pretty much in Sacred Forest Meadow as Child, so it's a goal you'll see most people go for. First trip to Colossus for Flea here. See if he managed to avoid the levers. I believe this is the 3rd Dampe race here on Plopper's side. Oh, it was Forest and Spirit. Yeah, that was it. So it was Water and Deku. Forest and Spirit, I believe. That's a bow for Ink. They will be very pleased to see that. And like I said earlier, any projectile, super valuable. Killing enemies as adult with a bow is unbelievably safe, generally. There are some enemies that sort of jump and dance around, but you can cheese quite a few of them with just a bow, which is super important to have.
Yeah, I think once we see players get that hook shot, those that have the bow will probably head into that Forest Temple. A lot of points in Forest just with the Stalfos enemies.
Yeah, it's like good 4 beans on Durex side.
Yeah,
man, like
stocking up to. Did he buy 4 or 5?
Sure.
It was a lot.
Yeah, the goal is for 5 beans, but you don't need to use 5 beans specifically. It just needs to be 5 spots, so you can go and scum a couple of beans if you need to, as long as you've planted 5 in individual spots. Then
another wallet. Goron City Shop there, 135.
Yeah, all right. Feeling pretty rich there. I think decides to grind for that, but it's not the best place to grind. Is Goron City? No, not necessarily.
We've seen all the shops already.
Is surviving a Cuckoo Storm a task? No, I think I've never really tested surviving a Cuckoo. Storm,
you can survive it.
I have died to it in practice. It's just accidentally triggering it. I was like, oh god, and then just died immediately. So
the thing about Cuckoo Storm is it doesn't stop until you exit the scene.
Yeah. Yeah,
so
I happened to trigger mine right in the middle of Kakariko, so I was like, oh god, and yeah, just died immediately.
Yeah, I tried it out for fun the other day in River as Child, and that's very safe. There's like nothing around you.
Oh, Flea! Oh, Flea discovering that you cannot recoil the seed of that lower octo, but does have a fairy.
That's one. This is why I would have just gone through the gate. It's no not that dangerous, really. You just have to get the right angle.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
it's just like natural speedrunner instincts. Like you just go the fastest way
Faster.
possible.
Yeah, it's more. Yeah, it's more straight away. But the on rocks will still get you no matter what. So like, it's more of a speed thing. Yeah, kind of like you're saying.
Climbing ledges, genuinely really dangerous. Like in most places, if you're climbing a ledge, something is trying to shoot you from behind.
Yeah, you're at your most vulnerable.
Yeah. But that's the fairy gone. Now there is a goal for essentially surviving 2.5 hours or beating Ganon without using your fairy. Now obviously Plopper, Flea and Ink cannot get that. But if Durax lasts the whole time, then they will get those bonus points.
It's possible. Spirit Morphin.
Yeah, I don't think this season we've had anyone finish yet. For anyone that's like played practice seeds, I don't think we've had anyone actually kill Ganon.
Not seen anyone finish just yet. Flea has 14 points for chat there.
Feels pretty high, right?
14's fine for sort of like sub hour. 20-25 points is fine. And then you like Hyper mentioned earlier, the second half of the seed is where you really want to be focusing on just points grinding. So
yeah, that makes sense. You can be the most efficient. You should have the most number of items that you have at that point in the seed. So
it's very seed dependent as well. This season in particular, so like you could have a seed where your first hour you've got like 70 points, and a seed like this where it's like everyone's sub 20.
Yeah, I feel like just overall your sequencing and routing, even in the first hour, will have a lot of impact in what you can do in that second hour too. So even if it's just, it is just playing the seed for the first hour, I don't know. I think there's still probably a lot that goes into it. And again, probably seed dependent, like you're saying too.
Yeah, the seed isn't too bad, but the hookshot is a big deal. It really does lead to a lot of things. So, thankfully they've got explosives. There's a reasonably early bow. We've got some reasonably decent songs. It's just that hookshot that's really preventing the seed from breaking open.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, without like a ring or something that makes it a little bit easier for skulls. Kind of hoping for like a second bottle, even, because then you wouldn't have to use your fairy. You wouldn't have to dump it out early.
Yeah, we did see another bottle in the shop. So I think, I don't think it was double wallet locked. So I'm fairly certain if players wanted to, they could go and buy one.
Yeah, I mean, most of our players don't have fairies anymore anyway, so...
Yeah, exactly. It's only Durax that hasn't used their fairy, but in the bottle that they have, there is no fairy. I'm not sure if they've got the other one. No, they don't. They're playing ZL at the Hintstone here to specifically get a fairy.
Battle Royale was where I learned that Epona song also spawns fairies from Gossip Stones.
I think
it's pretty much any song, I think.
Yeah, I think
except Saria's.
Most songs work. Saria's doesn't work at all, and Storms gives the big fairies.
Yeah,
so, that's sort of
Suns is just going to reload your scene if you're not the right one too. So,
yeah,
it's not going to go the way you expect it to, probably in most cases. There are some very slight time differences too with the song plays, so I think I would almost always default to just like Storm ZL.
Durex, very cautious.
Super safe.
Hey, he hasn't died yet, so it's, hey.
True.
No, I get it. This is honestly, half the time it's the simple stuff that gets you. You can be as careful as you want around like bosses and stuff. Like
overlooking stuff like, I've never died here before. Well, today's the day. Like on Flea's side, if you don't know exactly where the moblin is, it can just, it's fast. All right. Oh!
Shows to,
that hitbox.
Yeah, the hitbox.
Once he charges, I think the hitbox changes a little bit.
Yeah, again, like hold out shield, and even though you get hit, you don't actually take damage if you've got the shield out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't run past it. I don't think you can. I think Flea tried to sort of shield it back and then run through it. I think it's very difficult to actually run through the moblin.
Yeah, you should have gone for the alcove on the left side. I think that would have been safe, and then you would just have to wait like 5, maybe 10 seconds for the moblin to pass.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, you can even bait him out again once you're in that alcove. All right, so we have one player actually still in it.
Yeah.
Right now.
So Durax technically, and would win too because Durax has 15 points over Flea's 14. So Durax has won. We'll see how long Durax goes on for. Like I said, everyone's going to play a bit longer. If they die past an hour, I think we'll just tell them to accept their defeat and call it there. But for now, we'll keep going with everyone on stream.
It's just these 4. Oh, I thought there were other players.
No. For this race, it's just the 4. We do I think we're up to about 12 for the tournament as a whole. But yeah, for just this kickoff race, there was only.
So you had 8 people do the async for this one.
No, this isn't an official race.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, this is just a friendly sort of show off the settings sort of race that players can sort of dip their toes into.
Yeah, the season officially starts like this weekend, right? In terms of like the async being available.
Yeah, the async goes live tomorrow evening. And then the first real race is next Saturday, and obviously the async. What happens in the race is that the competitors are all hidden from each other. So when you join the race room, you won't see who else is in it. You won't see who dies, because you've got to assess in real time whether you think you should carry on for more points. You should need to take a risk because you won't know who's died before you. But
that's really interesting. Is that just in race time or?
Yeah, it's in race time. You can use hide participants to not show who's there.
So they won't know how many are in the race either, too, right? Or
no, they'll know how many people are in it, but they won't.
But not who.
They won't know who finishes.
Just uses random usernames.
Yeah,
that's a pretty neat way of doing it. Okay.
And I will be injecting the async finishes into the race as they would have happened. So that players will be able to see, even those
that's really cool,
live
actually.
Race, when the finishes are.
I didn't know that was possible.
It's relatively new on race time, like within the last year, I think.
Yeah, the high participants thing is fairly new, but when I say injecting things into race time, I'm literally writing a comment in the chat, so that isn't a new. That's not a new feature.
Okay, I was about to say that's pretty high tech. I don't know.
No, I'm not smart enough for that. That's just me writing a quick comment, but yeah, because
injecting with his keyboard.
Yeah.
Ooh, Child's Spirit for Durax, maybe?
Yeah, Child's Spirit.
I feel like you have to go for that.
Maybe.
No ranged.
No ranged weapon, no skull.
Well, you can still buy bomb chews, though, right? He has bomb bag, so as long as you noted where they are.
Yeah, you got to take note of where those chews are, for sure.
I would definitely not be going into Child's Spirit with that inventory. I will tell you that for free.
Bomb chews, it's okay. I mean, the keys are a little scary in that open room. You have to be pretty quick with the broken stick. But if you just do it on the wall to your left, it's the furthest you can be away from a wall and the keys.
Yeah.
That's not too bad. Then you have the Stalfos timing, as long as you nut it. I mean, it's not too bad. Looks like he's going up here to check. I don't know if he's seen DC entrance yet. Maybe they have.
Adult Spirit, however, I would certainly be considering a small dip. You can't do much of it without a hook shot, but there's a few points in there to be got.
Is this our first Stalfos fight of the stream?
Looks like it, yeah.
They are, very scary, as Chip said. Probably like the #1 killer last season.
They can smell fear, man. I don't know what it is, but if you play it at just a little bit too scared, they know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in a normal race, people will just go in that room, they will double tap them, and then that's it, they'll leave. But there's something about knowing that you could die in these settings that you just play with so much fear that, yeah, it just makes it so much worse. But getting rewarded with a magic meter, so...
The reason that that's the case, that they seem to smell fear, is just movement. It's all movement. So as in your distance to them will affect their movement, which is why it does that. You just have to play with no fear. Is the easiest way to put it. But so it looks like a couple of them are working on skulls here.
Oak, there will just be a form to fill in for when you're ready to request the async. Similar to RSL for those that have played that before.
Alright, Durex just found a different bow. Where's this one? Oh, in that grotto. Okay.
Nice, yeah. So that's their first projectile, so they still don't have a slingshot either, so... Not sure on skull counts at the moment for each of them, because they do really need that hookshot soon. It's not been a friendly seed for that, for sure. Again, still no boomerang either, so...
Yeah, some seeds kind of throw everything at you early in terms of items, and you can just focus a lot more on points and like exploration. Some seeds like this, you've got to grind checks and skulls, and yeah.
But like I say, otherwise, a pretty reasonable inventory. You know, if across the board anyway, we've found strength 2, we've found magic, we've found dins, bow, bombs. So everything is somewhat available relatively early, and it's just about getting that hookshot to really fill out, you know, sort of the dungeon diving kit for adult at least.
So, Chim, what would you say is the hardest objective of this season?
Or the hardest objective? Kind of depends. Like, there's a few objectives that are really time... You know, the difficulty is actually getting them done time-wise. So, collecting every song is probably the hardest objective in theory, because not only do you have to spend ages beating all of the bosses, and the bosses themselves are really tricky. You know, you've got to go to places like Ice Cavern, which has a ton of danger, just to sort of get the song at the end. But as a sort of like individual smaller goal, it's a tough one. Throwing a Baronade is pretty tough as a smaller goal, so that's not easy. Anything in Fire Temple, just by default, really.
Yeah, I'm happy to see Fire Temple got a major buff in points this season. Didn't really come into play much last season. Just wasn't, the value wasn't there. I think with Dungeon ER as well, you'll kind of see players stumble on fire and just be like, "Yeah, I'm here. Let's do it." So I like that as well. Same with Shadow Temple. I've seen a lot more Shadow Temple already this season, which we didn't get much of last season. Just because of the requirements to even get in.
For sure. Shadow and Fire got the biggest buffs. GTG got a bit of a nerf. Ice technically got a bit of a nerf, but depending on where it is, it's not that bad. So yeah, essentially the aim of some of the changes. Oh, I was going to say Plopple was quite close to that spy trap there. The aim of most of the changes were to get players into more of the dangerous areas, to get more of the bigger points. There are still smaller points you can get, which are, you know, I'm not going to say trivial, but easier. But if you really want some of the big stuff and, you know, to start racking up points into the 150, 200 mark, you do need to start dipping those dangerous dungeons to get some of the more lucrative points.
Beating involved without a Goron tunic? Yeah. I'm glad that's not an objective. I don't know how many hearts you would need for that.
No, that's easy. You just get bomb shoes.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, but you need to be careful with bomb shoes, because if you're too close to them when you're trying to...
Yeah, you have to practice it, but that's not that bad. I think just looking from the list, I think P-Hats is probably the most difficult and the least amount of points.
So-
they were major last season,
Right.
and they kind of got figured out.
Yeah,
Okay.
P-Hats. It was one of my favorite parts of last season was players discovering actually how many P-Hats there were because they were a goal. They were like, wait, there's 7 P-Hats? What the hell? Like, you wouldn't... Most players are like, oh, it's 3 or 4. But no, there's 7. 2 of them fly, and they will shoot the mini P-Hats at you. But there is relatively safe strategies for those... Well, for all of them, really. You know, just sort of getting a broken stick and taking out the ones on the ground isn't too bad. And the ones that fly, if you stand far enough away, you can shoot them as a slingshot, and they won't even spawn the mini ones. So it's they got found out, let's say, and well, they were worth.
It still
2
seems
points each.
time intensive though.
Yeah,
like I don't know if
definitely
you'd want to put that much time into it though.
Definitely time sensitive, but you know, if you're going through Hyrule Field as like a, you know, if you've got something to do in Field, or if you've got somewhere else to go, if you need to go to Valley or something, you can take a few of them out of the way. Don't need to do all of them, you know. So
I can see that.
Yeah,
few
yeah.
quick pickups.
Last season they were a must with 14 points that you just had to. This season it's more. Can I pair it with like Hyrule Field checks, maybe Child Valley if I've got a Pona's song, might be able to play a couple of Cow songs. Yeah, so it's not as much of a given.
I think I would focus on skulls as a strategy. That 50 skulls reward seems pretty lucrative to me.
Oh yeah, I think everyone goes for it. It's one of those ones I think you have to be prepared to bail on it though if the timing's not working out.
Yeah,
like especially this seed, it's so slow to get this first hook shot. The 50 skulls might not be worth it for this particular seed.
Yeah, it would just slow you down from Ganons or something. So.
No suns either. Suns on Ocarina of Time and a late hook shot is pretty rough for skulls. But that's why. So last season, sort of like the main objective was Ganon, and there was no sort of significant alternate goal. Whereas this season, I decided to inject both 50 skulls as a goal and collecting all songs as a goal, because sometimes it's like, it's nice knowing that you don't necessarily need to do one specific thing. If you want, you can just completely pivot and be like, you know what? I won't even consider Ganons. I'm just going to go and do all the dungeons, beat all the bosses, and get all the songs. And that will be my big sort of 25-point reward. You know, so there's different strategies to take this season, different routing based on the seed. As Durax just finishes this bottom of the well room, does kill both Gibdos as well. So almost at 30 points here on now on 28. Flea technically has 29, so has the most. But again, Flea has died, so I think they died on like 11 points. So 14.
Ink's going for a skull, but he's gonna have to save quit before.
Yeah, I was about to ask that. You can do that, right? You know, as long as you don't void out.
But that is 20. That is the 20th skull. So
that's a goofy 20th skull. What the?
Yeah. So last season we were prohibited from bailing out if we were like on the brink of death, like falling to our death or something. This season we're allowed to, if we're quick enough to save quit before a death, we're allowed.
Okay, so just get good. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Essentially, it was a little messy last season in its implementation, and I find there's actually value in reaction speeds. You know, if you do think you're in danger and you are careful enough to sort of, you know, it's like instead of panicking, you save quit, because panic is really easy to do. You'd be surprised. You know, there is good skill in actually just recognizing you're about to die, and
well, because it could just be like you could argue that, you know, you're fast enough on the control stick to avoid the movement. So I mean, it's the same action, right? That you're taking.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and you know, save quitting does cost time at the end of the day, and time is the worst enemy in these things, because you are capped at 2.5 hours. So even though you might save quit, you could lose 3 or 4 minutes by doing that. So it's not necessarily a free way out. Also, just to answer Oak, once you beat Ganon, your points are locked. So you could beat him at 2 hours, 29 minutes, and that's fine. Or you could beat him in an hour, you know, get those points locked in, but you can't carry on at that stage. Flea killing his first Anubis. There is a goal for killing all of the Anubis in Spirit Temple, so getting the one done as child here. Needs to be careful of the Floor Master. I'm not sure they've killed that, or...
Yeah, as long as you're in first person shooting, it doesn't spawn.
Ah, gotcha. I wasn't sure it'd already come out, but yeah, getting the skull up to 10, so still quite far away from that 20 goal, whereas Ink now has 20, so we'll be able to get their hook shot.
I'm terrified of these keys, like
I hate this
poking you
room.
through the fence.
Yeah.
Fairly safe. I mean, it's like the safest win you can do from the.
I love that. I love that Flea went backwards. I guess it was just to like respawn the keys, maybe, but thought he was gonna go backwards when he opened the shortcut.
Yeah, and there is the first hook shot on Ink's side. Also, the keys in this room. I'm not sure if people would have seen it. There's a really quite famous clip of Runner Guy doing a blindfolded speed run. And as he's collecting the silver rupees in this room, he's right at the top of the fence, and one of the keys does actually manage to hit him through the fence, and it voids him into the ceiling. So he's sort of like on just a new plane in this room, and he's like, what the fuck is going on? Where am I?
Yeah.
Can't find myself. That is an incredible clip.
Interesting.
You know, what's an amazing few minutes of footage for sure. Durex going for the well here. Now, does need to be careful of this Redead. Got his eyes locked on him. You can jump slash the Redead from there and kill it and avoid the water, but you need to be really careful. Choosing to just ignore the Redead, which is definitely a strategy. Gets through it though, so should now be into the 30s. Just under an hour, and my bet of everyone dying an hour in is technically wrong. Only 3 of 4 have died an hour in. Although Durax does have 20 seconds to run out of this room and get hit by that bubble, so we'll see if that comes into pass.
Not interested.
Nah, choosing to bail out. Now, not sure if Ink. I think Ink did go to the bottom of the well, but didn't have ZL. So there's sort of like a dual goal here for killing both of the dead hands in the seed, worth 6 points. But yeah, still hasn't done the bottom of the well one. And yeah, happy hour. We managed to get one person survive for a full hour. So congrats to Durax for both winning and surviving long enough that we see at least a 1 on the hour mark. Will we get to 2? That is a difficult proposition.
2 would be insane.
Yeah, if Durax makes it to 2 hours, that's incredible.
Also on 31 points, it's pretty good, right? You said about 20-ish.
I think hitting 25 is a good foundation for the hour, and then you can go ballistic from there. So I think doing well.
Yeah, again, I think it's so seed dependent as well. This seed in particular, I think 30 points is pretty strong score for 1 hour in.
You can't do any dungeons basically yet. I mean, Forest here though, if you could find a strength somewhere, it looks like the Popper got one, and Flea had 2.
Forest is a good option here. I mean, you can still take these skulls out.
Yeah, you don't need Hook for Forest, so.
That's right. Yeah, so like you forego collecting the skulls, but killing them still counts for the skull objective. Although Durex really wants the skulls, which makes sense. You're still grinding for the hook at this stage, so.
Yeah, they do have 2 strengths.
9.
So the dungeon is beatable. In these sayings, most of the dungeon shortcuts are on. By the way, the only dungeon shortcuts that aren't on are Fire and Dodongo's Cavern, and all of the boss keys are vanilla. So it's not too difficult to just sort of dip a dungeon, get the key, and beat the boss and leave. You don't need to do all of these dungeons. Especially as Forest is quite a long dungeon as well. There's not a ton of value in doing the whole thing, but there are bonus points. You know, there's also Stalfos littered along the way to rack those points up. So, you know, a good dungeon to be in, and we will see Durax facing off against their first Stalfos.
Oof. This is like one of the first real truly scary moments for Durax as well. See how
Plopper
he goes.
is in bottom of the well here, getting a few points as well.
A little bit early on that.
Ooh,
slash.
that was close.
Ooh.
Crouch stab.
Yeah, that's what can happen. Like when you go for crouch stab kills, it's just they can sometimes just hit you.
Yeah.
You don't really want to spam it, the crouch stab either, because again, you can kind of recoil a little bit on the shield, and that's going to affect the Stalfos' movement at that point.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Ink,
Ink taking out a Skull Kid. I'm hoping that Ink knows how to do the dual Skull Kids because I think that's really cool to show off.
yeah.
Oof.
2 points for this Skull Kid, but there are 5 points for killing both the Skull Kids at the same time in the next area.
Not going for it.
Yeah. That was worth.
It's pretty tough. There is a specific setup to take them out, but it's still like really high risk, and you have to kill both of them together to get the points.
Oh, that's so gross.
Yeah, it's oh, Durax! Holy crap! Oh, that was close.
Well-timed roll. Well-timed roll.
Almost got annihilated by that Octo, so avoided it there.
Maybe hoping for an early BK.
Again, BK's vanilla, so
Oh, they've been. Oh, okay.
yeah. So you always know where they are, at least. But choosing not to go for it, I don't think that. I think they might be key locked. Actually, there might be a key on the island, and they need the hookshot for it.
Oh right, yeah, that's a thing.
No Song of Time either, so they can't even go round. So Durax is, as well as they're doing on points, they absolutely do need to start finding the some more skulls here.
Way up there.
Okay, we're gonna see Durex go for a really hard trick.
Oh man,
Durex is doing what I think is one of the hardest and scariest objectives. Is he's got to check the Colossus Scrubs and the Colossus Fairy. The Scrubs is the terrifying one because the boulder picking up animation
should be okay.
takes so long.
Oh, there we go.
So yeah, definitely never try that without magic. You see Durex just waiting until there was a break from the levers.
Yeah. Wow, what a grotto though. A bow and a mirror shield.
Pretty good.
It's pretty strong. Now they need to get to a wall as fast as possible here, or safe quit.
Yeah, it's still not safe.
Yeah, you could have gotten there a little bit better with the better camera angle, but
yeah, that was incredible.
Kind of went around the rock.
Oh God!
Ooh.
They are taking some risks here. Oh
the
my
panic
goodness.
movements.
As long as you keep moving, though, it's.
Oh! Oh dear! But it does have the fairy.
It's the time that he didn't roll. He wasn't rolling there.
Will they get hit? Will they get hit again? Ooh,
you want to get to that wall as quick as possible because you're safe as long as you hug that wall.
Yeah.
That's the second death though for him, right?
No, that was
that's Durax's first. That's it.
The first one? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
At least I'm fairly
Still,
sure.
Yeah. 5 points. 1 death, 5 points. We take that.
Oh, well, there's the second death.
Again to levers too. Yeah, that's pretty on brand. Feels like.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Highly unfortunate.
Yeah, that's.
Levers
Colossus
are
is scary.
unbelievably painful. Yeah, it's Oko with a fairy revive. Technically, you don't have 2 lives. You could get rid of your fairy early and just die once. But yeah, in theory, you have 2 lives. But we made it past the hour. Durax did manage to get a good chunk of points. I'm not sure if Durax is going to continue for now. I'm up for telling Durax to continue and then basically telling everyone they're on one final life just to sort of let the race play out.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I like that. I think this, yeah.
Was
that before?
Yeah, we'll see if you saw my message just before or after I typed that in the race room.
I feel that was one of those moments. It's like you weren't expecting that little gap, and you just panic on the control stick and just take yourself into a death.
Yeah, it really seems like panic's the enemy on these kinds of settings.
It's so stupid, right? Like a boss like Baronade is one of the scariest bosses. But you think, like, when you play it in a normal seed, you almost never take damage if you execute, like, correctly. But the amount of fear that your brain just puts you into, it makes Baronade so hard.
Well, it doesn't help that Baronade is, like, the loudest thing in the game, so... Like, it's always the loudest thing.
I don't know, have you ever tried hitting one of the cursed skulls in the skull house?
It's not that loud though.
That scream.
Unsettling. I don't want to hear that sound usually, but.
All right, what are we gonna see in the Shadow Temple entrance?
Yeah, so just for those watching, technically the race would have finished by now. Durex has won, but as everyone was sort of carried on a little bit, I have just told everyone one more life once they take another hit, then just to call it there. But either way, Durex did win, so congrats to Durex on surviving the hour, getting 40-odd points, doing one of, as Hyper says, one of the harder goals before eventually copping it to a random lever on the way to the wasteland. So. Yeah, did show off some good points.
Yeah, this is just the exhibition race, right? This season starts tomorrow, is that right?
Yeah, season officially starts tomorrow with the async going live. The first weekly race is next Saturday on the 18th, 9 PM UTC. So if anyone's watching is like, you know what, I'll give this a go. Feel free to jump in the Discord and have a little bit of practice. You've got the async to pull, or you can join the weekly race. It's tough. The settings are tough, but it's very enjoyable. You think about things very differently, as you would a normal rando and a normal race. So, yeah, definitely a different mindset to have.
And Chimp will send you a trophy if you win.
I will.
So there's that incentive too.
Yeah, I will. Although let it be known that Hype is somewhere in between Australia and England.
Look, I got it. And I sent it back.
It was wonderfully delivered to Mr. Hyper Obsession, but unfortunately the receiver of that did not know who that was, so they sent it back. So yeah, it's somewhere across the continent right now.
Hopefully, someone a bit closer to Chimp wins this season, just for shipping price costs.
Just so it doesn't take 3 weeks to land somewhere, but we'll see. Alright, Ink is now going a bit further into Forest now. They have a key, so we'll see if they can take on the sort of triple Stalfos room. There is also a... did I leave the goal in for the Poe torches this season? I know it was there. I wasn't sure if
you did. Yeah, you actually... I think you upped the points to... I think it was 3 last season. It's 5 now.
Yeah, it's on 5. So lighting all of the Poe torches in Forest Temple is worth 5 points. Obviously, the shortcut's on, so it's not necessary. And Forest is a slow dungeon, so it's a few points to get along the way with the Stalfos. So a time-sensitive goal, but you can definitely get a few points in Forest.
Yeah, I think it's like whether you go for it or not. I think depends whether you get like Phantom Ganon has a key or not. Because I don't think it's worth reclimbing for the green Poe.
Yeah. Sure.
But if you get enough keys, you've already taken out the Stalfos upstairs. I think you go from there, or you 3-key Forest, and you could do it that way. But obviously, you need hovers for that. Durex in DC as well. I think this is the first DC we've seen. Some good points in here as well.
I think this was in the shadow entrance. I don't think anyone else had sort of the right combination of things to get into this one.
Yeah, it's DC. Getting the skulls in DC is like there's a couple of tricky ones that I don't know. You've either got to invest a lot of time in getting it, or you need like long shot to make it a bit much quicker.
Yeah, it's not too bad with a long shot, but as you say, it is quite annoying to have to come back into DC to get that staircase skull. And if you come in here at all without even a hook shot, then you know even the one around the scarecrow is a bit of an annoyance. And those baby dodongos, you know, if you forget that they exist, they will ruin your day. It's also another dungeon where Keese can certainly get in your way. Flopper getting the Zora scale. Not sure on current skull. Flea's got 13 skulls. Plopper is on 15. I think he's Durax lagging behind at the moment, but we'll get another one here. Another couple.
Yeah, Ink just got his 28th skull.
Yeah, Ink is definitely going for...
I mean, you get the hook first, so that makes sense.
Yeah, was not shy about
it's probably why I would have gone, like, just crazy on the 20 skull hook. Like, you already know where it is, and given that everything's kind of laid out here, I think that's just super important. Like, if it's already hinted.
Yeah, there's I can definitely try, and I can definitely understand maybe trying to find a boomerang just to help you out a bit. But yeah, if you're kind of like, you know what, I'm just gonna need to grind this one out, then play it safe, get some skulls from some easy locations, and you know,
like 30 is at the point where you're like, okay, is this first or second? That'd be really tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Durax is in a surprisingly dangerous room here.
Ink's also in a 9-point room right here.
Yeah, it's a
3 sulfurs, huge room. Actually, like, not that bad. I find this room. Durax is in a scary spot now.
If I'm there, I'm safe quitting. I'm like, nah.
You just need to roll through these. You just need to roll through.
Yeah.
But you've also got to get back up.
Getting back up is not that. Yeah, that's.
There we go. All right.
As long as you hug that wall, you're safe. Yeah.
Oh, Ink! Jesus Christ!
Exposed his booty a little bit there.
Yeah, definitely got a close shave. Oh, yeah, he's all right. Durax again fell off, so.
This is a great example of this. This jump is so easy, but you know what happens if you fail it, right?
Yeah.
So it's in your head.
Plopper has taken their final death to, I think, a Wolfos there. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Where they managed to. I'm not sure how they've managed to die to a Wolfos of all things. Durax is really sweating.
He's just going way too far right here.
Yeah.
He just needs to hold straight more.
But that's what panic does to you. You know, if you start to sort of panicking about your movement, it really gets to you.
Yeah, past that second one, too. All you need to do is roll before it moves. And he's through.
All right. So what are we doing? I mean,
Alker,
you could just ground jump up.
Alker, I'm not sure if you're listening, but do you want to invite Plopper into comms if that's something you can do? To see if they want to join us. Ooh, a hammer there.
Hammer.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a nice find.
Yeah, lovely find.
Especially with Volvagia being an 8-point boss. One of the more dangerous bosses, so worth more points than the other ones.
A rare visit to the Lizalfos in Dodongo's Cavern, for those that have forgotten that these even exist. Lizalfos are 1 point each, so there are 4 points from Lizalfos in Dodongo's Cavern.
Oh, nice. Yeah, they're pretty easy to defeat. As long as you have anything nuts. I mean, it's just 2 sticks.
Yeah, it's just don't nut early while they've still got iframes, and yeah, it's fine.
That's just good life advice. I mean,
Yeah, true. Save it as much as you can. But it's just the getting to them is the sort of slow part, if you will. It's they're not on the way to being King Dodongo, so they can be a bit annoying. But this is one of the rare dungeons that doesn't have the shortcut on, so you do have to go all the way around anyway. I guess in theory we could have turned the shortcut back on for Dodongo's Cavern. It was only off because basically last season you would always go to Dodongo's Cavern with the shortcut.
yeah, because it's not randomized, so
pretty
yeah, that
free.
makes sense.
Loads of items, easy boss. This season we did start out with boss ER instead of dungeon ER, but players felt that dungeon ER was more interesting, and I agree after testing it some more. So probably something we could have turned back off, but never mind.
Yeah, I kind of like that if DC's in Jabu, where you can't just rush KD and get the bonus points as well.
Yeah,
you're forced into having to go all the way through DC as child, so I think it's fine. The shortcut's not on as well.
Now these keys right here are horrendous.
Yeah,
This is one of those ones. If you think about them, it's a problem. If you just play like normal, they're a non-issue.
Yeah,
the blind spots are just huge here in the hallway, so it's like the worst spot to be.
Yeah,
you'd rather just walk out there and kind of aggro them, kind of like the Guays and Lamon. That's kind of how you kind of have to treat these ones.
Yeah. Another problem is that they respawn. So
do they?
If you are,
what?
Well, if you go,
oh, you mean if you reload the room?
Yeah.
So
they'll be back now.
They will have already respawned now.
I thought you meant in the same scene. I was like, no way.
No. Just, as collecting the skulls is one of the goals, and you're probably always going to try and get the skull collection goal in Dodongo's Cavern. So you're always going to get this one, and then you have to go back and you've got to kill them again. So yeah, it's especially if you don't have a bow, it can be really, really spooky. I think boss and dungeon entrance rando is probably just unnecessary. Like the aim of
that's a lot of time. That's the problem.
Yeah.
With
The aim
the 2.5
of this,
hour limit.
Yeah, the aim of this isn't to be too complicated. It's just to provide fun routing and a good enough challenge to get through the sea whilst also getting objectives. Whereas boss ER would be on top of that would be a little annoying. As Ink does beat Phantom Ganon for I think the first boss of the run.
Yeah, that took a long time.
Yeah, so 5 points for Phantom Ganon there, and 2 of 3 rewards to get into Ganon's castle. Welcome in, La Plopper. If you want to jump into the voice chat in ZSR, you're more than welcome to join us for a little chat on how that went.
Yeah, the focus is very much still on movement, execution, not dying,
Speaking of not dying, Flea gets hit by the keys that we just warned about in the end of Dodongo's Cavern. So we'll see if Flea wants to join us as well. Now we are definitely down to 2. Again, the race technically has already finished. But yeah, one final life just so players can all catch up and finish off showing off the settings.
Yep. Plot. We were saying because of the high risk, like it's so hard to avoid the double tap. Like if you just safety save before you go in that room, then you can reset on your first death.
Alright, and that is another boss on Durax's side. So both Durax and Ink have 2 rewards. 1 more to go to get into Ganon's Ganon's tower.
That'd be cool if, like, yeah, we see Ganon in this scene.
Yeah, I agree. I think on 29 skulls now, so making progress. I think at an hour, I don't actually know the time. Oh no, I only know the time because of Durax's timer is the only one that's still going. Yeah, under an hour and a half, 30 skulls is pretty good. I think you can definitely get 50 out by the time you're there. Someone has joined us, and it's Flea. GG Flea.
G.
Yo, GG.
It's, I forgot how hard this was.
Well, I think all things considered, and I don't think you've done a ton of practice. I think you did pretty well for your first sort of jump into the fray. So
yeah, thanks.
I
just read the rules like yesterday. And, I was forgetting the settings. So like, for example, I forgot the scrubs in Lon, and then that had my wallet. So that could have been nice to have earlier, but that's fine. Having it earlier just would have meant I would have died earlier, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah, there's definitely a few things that were elusive this seed. No early hook shot. Getting the shields was a little bit of a pain. The bow was a little buried. So it's not the easiest setup at the start. But for sure.
I think I found the shields really early. I forget how, but there's a Deku shield somewhere and there's a Hylian shield somewhere.
Yeah, I think the Deku shield was in the bomb juice shop. Welcome in, LePlopper. GG.
Yo, GG.
Well,
GG.
not really, but thanks.
Thank you very much for showing off all of the possible deaths that are achievable in Battle Royale.
I did my best for this.
Yeah.
I'm sure you won't be the only one, though, that has an early death in the actual Season 2 as well, so...
100%. Moblin deaths, as I was saying on stream, Moblin deaths are the #2 cause of all deaths in Hyrule. So it's not a surprise that there was a hit there, for sure.
It's just that for some reason I got out of the safe way. So when I pressed left to get back into it, I just hit the wall and was like, wait, what the fuck? And just double this.
Yeah, they can get you, even if you think just safe, they can, like, their hitboxes kind of go into some of the walls. So yeah, you've really got to be careful where you stand with getting them past, because they could just absolutely wreck your day. And it's very difficult, even with the new rule where you can save quit. Like, actually trying to save quit out of getting double tapped by a Moblin is so hard.
Yeah, I didn't get it. I tried, but I didn't get it.
I guess you don't necessarily need to save quit. You can just quit. You
could just reset, right?
Yeah, in future, you can just, especially if you're only a few minutes in, it's like, nope, I will just reset the game. We'll go again.
Yeah, just save everywhere, honestly. I mean, at that point, you can just reset before the death animation, right? That's what counts.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. Anywhere where there's a chance of being double tapped. Just a safety save.
Yeah, but after that, you did manage to get into a few different places. You were the first player into ice, and ice is definitely one of the more dangerous areas in the game. I think it's only the one hit from the keys you had in there, so generally got through it okay. Up until I can't remember which keys got you.
Okay, I wanted to put my shield up for the last keys, and for some reason I stopped pressing shield, so I just walked back right when the keys rushed me, so I just died another time. But otherwise, for once, I didn't die that much in ice. Because
it's a tough place.
Season 1 ice was really brutal for me.
Yeah, it takes a lot of learning. As I think as Emo's been highlighting a lot in the restream, essentially it just comes down to confidence. If you play dungeons as you would in a normal race, you're generally quite less likely to die, but if you start to think about it a bit more, you start to stop and sort of move in places you wouldn't normally move in, then some of those traps can really mess you up. Not sure if Durax has hit the infamous flying pot yet. in this room. I think they've managed to avoid it.
Yeah, Durex came from downstairs, so
Fair play, yeah.
they had to pop the pot early. But yeah, if you come from the other way, yeah, those pots are terrifying coming through the floor.
Yeah, I guess what are your for a question for both of you? What are your overall thoughts and feelings on sort of like the new settings and the new goals? Is there anything that you're particularly looking forward to or think is just the most ridiculous thing ever?
Things seems fine for me. I don't think that there was stuff that I didn't try to learn or stuff like that, or like the ways, for example. That's probably stuff that I won't risk. Otherwise, any skull kills too are just too dangerous, I think, to do. And then yeah, all songs 50 scars are probably stuff that I will never do because it takes too much time. Otherwise, I think I will probably try to do any other goal.
So I'll see you in Fire Temple next race then.
Somehow Fire Temple is less scary for me than doing like 50 skulls, something like that, because I often take damage from skulls.
Yeah, I mean, part of that too is you don't know which 50 skulls it's going to be. I mean, you can have a general idea of like 30 to maybe 35 of them that are like pretty consistent, but with Dungeon ER2, I think that's really going to throw it for a loop and make it that much slower.
Yeah, and I feel the opening of the seeds are really, really wide. Like you got a lot of stuff to do early on.
Yeah.
So it can be a bit tough to route things in a good way.
Yeah, shops and scrubs. It's just so many item checks just on baseline. So
yeah, and with shops too, like market is just super stocked. So
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I never really know what to do in the early game.
That's what I found the same thing. There's so many decisions that you can make, and I don't think it's like playing optimal is easy. There's just so many different ways you can go.
Gotta find a wallet or a dedicated rupee route, maybe.
Yeah, I do like it though. Like there's no set meta like there was last season.
Yeah.
So you just see a lot more variance when you're watching like multiple players play the same seed.
Yeah, and it can just put you in a different routing too. Like for example, when I got River past to KD, I thought about rushing it, but my time of day would just be bad. So that's why I went to try to take the minuet first, and then play Prelude and then do River while it's nighttime. So that way I can just pass time and then do CAC. But the problem with that is that you're just delaying market again and again. And with shops on, I don't think it's really that good to delay so much market. So I don't really know what to do in the early game. Still need to figure out that it was just like second seed. So
yeah, I think all four of you basically did entirely different things. You definitely all had different items like at the first sort of 20-30 minutes. So yeah, it was really interesting to see. You know, I think you were in ice and someone was in the well, and you know it wasn't long before Durax was in a different dungeon, Forest Temple, and you know so there's definitely a lot to do. Unfortunately, Flea found out that the Octoroks in River are awful, and they will snipe you from wherever they want to.
But let's just go so far. I mean.
I also learned that the Dekish crab in a Kokiri forest as adult don't go back in the ground when you go near them, so at least now
really?
I know.
Wow.
Flea, same question to you. Do you have any thoughts on like the new season stuff?
Yeah, I mean, any thoughts I have are just kind of like guessing because this is my only seed, so I don't really know how it plays out. But I do like the 50 skull reward just being there, because it gives me something to work towards. Even if I don't know what I'm doing right now, it's like, oh, let me just go towards skulls. And that also like incentivizes you to just step into dungeons and start doing things, because just getting skulls in any dungeon is also just points. So I don't know. I think that is kind of a cool like overarching thing to work towards. If you don't have any other direction.
Yeah. Except when your hook's on 20 skulls and you can't get any of the skulls.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. But
yeah, it's a pretty bad seed for skulls generally. However, Ink is up to 30.
Yeah, Ink's farming.
Oh.
So, you know, it's still got an hour to get... I say still got an hour. Technically, Ink's out, so it's irrelevant. However, there is an hour left to get up to that 50 skull mark. So, you know, has still made decent progress with it, despite the fact that, you know, there's no rang that we've seen. And, you know, that first hook shot is... we've not seen the long shot yet, so really don't know where that is. Probably in Spirit Temple. Although I think Durax found irons, so... Yeah, not irons and spirits. I'm not entirely sure where that long shot is whatsoever.
Also, is a bridge a reward or just medallion? I thought it was medallion, but it's reward. Right?
No, it's 3 rewards for the bridge.
Reward, yeah, okay.
Yeah, and then no boss key.
Maybe I should check.
Yeah, so your Parthians can hit like any boss. Doesn't matter which one. It'll just choose 5 random bosses. Which helps give you a bit of direction into like where maybe you want to go. Like Volvagia paths, you chase for a hammer maybe or something.
This was what confused me because I thought it was three medallions, and when I got a PG hint, I was like, "What?" I thought I misread the medallion, and then I checked back, and I was like, "No, it's really a stone." So I was like, "Why is there a PG hint?" But yeah, reading the rules can help maybe.
Noob phase of the season.
Yeah, it's fine. You know, you get these races out to again discover new ways to die. So, I didn't know that can happen, and then you do know that can happen, so you'll never do it again. So I find practice in these sort of, you know, if you were to practice a regular race, there's only so much you can learn, but every practice in Battle Royale normally teaches you something new. So yeah, definitely worthwhile.
Now, if someone wanted to join the new season, what do they need to do?
They simply need to either request the async form when it goes live tomorrow, or join the weekly race next Saturday. There is no other requirements to joining the season. It's open to everyone. The first 2 weeks of the season, no one gets eliminated, so you know there's no risk of just joining and then, oh whoops, I'm out already. The eliminations only start from week 3, and you know we sort of lose 1 or 2 people from there depending on how many people we get into the season. So yeah, open to everyone. No prerequisites other than just getting the seed and, you know, giving it a
week
go.
3 would be November 1st, right?
Week 3 is November 1st.
Okay.
Technically, you don't even need to do week 1 or 2. You could join in week 3 and just have an absolute blinder, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
get 250 points and, you know, just sail through.
The async option is for all of the races, right? Not just the one week?
Yeah, every race has an async option. Unfortunately, with the continental variety of players, shall we say, impossible to find a spot on every week where everyone can play. So yeah, asyncs are available for those that can't join the weekly for whatever reason.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, obviously, like we want as many players to play live as possible, but yeah, practicality, it's not possible for everyone. But yeah, just more exciting playing a live race. But as Chimp said, gonna use that new race time feature to inject the async finish times. So
yeah, totally brand new feature. Really high tech. Alright, so Durax up to 63 points now, whereas Ink technically has overtaken them on 69. again, a reminder.
Nice.
Durax did win the race with I can't remember what they ended on. I think it was 41.
40 something.
Yeah, I think they ended on 41. Got killed by a lever in Desert Colossus. Ink died fairly early on. I forget what they died to.
The crater, the Death Mountain Trail.
Yeah,
the
Death
rock.
Mountain Trail, and they didn't have a fairy, so I think they just had the one death, but that was all they needed.
Yeah, it was like a boulder hitting the side of the wall that then bounced on them, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Pretty unlucky. But again, also a point at which anytime that you stop, you can't stop there. You have to keep moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no quick breather.
I mean,
It's
theoretically you could use a Hylian shield there, but there's still a risk of the rock bouncing and still hitting you from under you. You're never totally safe on that little stretch. There's a lot of like little spots like that in the game, so
Yeah, I think that's why I like the value of that point reward. I think that one's worth 6, and it's just like it's a decent risk, and out of your way from other objectives. So yeah, I like that one being worth a significant amount until we get the child spawn in the Trail Fairy.
Yeah, I mean, okay, yeah, then just free points at that point, I guess. But
yeah, there's a few rough spawns you can have. Like you can technically spawn in
you could have a
Fountain.
crater spawn.
Yeah, you can have a crater spawn. You can spawn in Fountain and need to go into Ice straight away, and it's Ice Cavern, and you're like, oh well, I guess my fairy's gone. So
That'd be so fun.
you know, there are definitely some nasty spawns that can ruin your day, but most of them are fine. You know, it's very rare you're gonna boot in and immediately be like, well, it's all over, guys. I'll see you in 2 minutes.
Yeah, the danger only escalates the further you get in the seed, so
Now, Ink has bought the eyeball frog with the hover boots on Bigeron, so we'll see if we eventually get that one.
We frog warping.
it could be a thing too. Just can't save quit. Be a good way of avoiding the Octoroks in River, so
That's true.
can kind of get behind that. I mean, or maze, or pretty much any other way of getting there is a lot more dangerous.
I do wonder where Octoroks are in the standings of things that have caused death. They must be fairly
fairly high.
Yeah, they're probably top 5. Probably top 5 under Keys, Stalfos, Moblins, and Scrubs.
Yeah, they just have incredible reach is the issue.
I think another thing is that when you're playing a regular seed, Octoroks are something you'd never think about. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now it's like every time you're in a region with Octoroks, now you have to pay so much more attention. It's like I don't know where they normally are even.
It's like oh, Durax with the Stalfos death. Rough, very, very tough Stalfos that without a Kakiri sword.
Yeah, no way to protect yourself.
But GG, Durax.
I think one of the scariest Octoroks for me is if you're swimming down Child River and that one that pops up like halfway down. The amount of times I just take that one to the face when I'm playing normally.
Yeah, 100%.
Everyone does.
Yeah. And it's so easy to just autopilot.
Oh, that piece was close.
That was
The Octorok at Lake as child near the Hindstone is probably the most dangerous one. Because you have to swim very carefully if you spawn it.
Yeah, Lake is... no one knows where they are in Lake, so it's only when you get hit by one. Oh god, it's... Yeah.
Actually, there's one by the Hints. There's one... Two on the bridge. And then there's, I'm pretty sure a fourth one, but I don't know where that one is.
But yeah, they're kind of like P-hats were in season 1. It's like, where, if you ask someone before season 1 of Battle Royale where all the P-hats were, no one would know. And now it's like, okay, I know every P-hat location. I know every Octorok location in River. Where can I get shot from? XYZ. So
Din strats from Ink lighting these torches.
I respect it.
Like it. I like it.
Dins is a real winner in that room because you can do 2 at once and just sort of run across
big
the other
reach.
side and leave. So, and I believe Durax has joined us. Welcome in, Durax. GG.
Yo,
Thank you.
GG.
Hello.
You officially won. So congratulations on winning. Even though Ink is still running, you got the most points and survived the longest. So congratulations.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah, you survived the whole hour. That was sick.
I thought it would last like 5 minutes or something. I don't know.
Yeah, really just
Awesome.
levers that kind of did you in. I mean,
Which is a shame as well, because you managed to get the goal for the Colossus Scrubs and the Fairy, and then you just got hit on the way out. So
I shouldn't have agreed. I should just kill them and spawn the big one again. To be honest.
what was
Yeah.
were you just going to cross the wasteland after that? Was that the plan?
Yeah, and then enter the GTG entrance, see what I was. Hope for
Yeah.
like shadow or something. Wait, I didn't have hover boots. Never mind.
Yeah, we've not seen anyone go to that area so far, so absolutely not a clue what that dungeon is.
I was really slow on my skulls.
Yeah, it was you were doing really well on points and progression, but you had the least skulls out of everyone. Ink was flying ahead with skulls.
Yeah, he
by
usually
comparison.
drops his fairy at the start and then goes.
Yeah, that's
the beads.
exactly what he did, and he paid for it because he got hit on Death Mountain Trail without his fairy.
Okay.
So didn't even have the second life this seed, but yeah, the Ink is up to 30 odd skulls now. Did get the hook shot at about an hour, I think. Ink had the hook shot, but yeah, that was the only big problem with the seed. No hook, no rang, so a really rough grind at the start.
Yeah. Like I wanted to go deeper into forest and stuff, but couldn't.
Yeah. Did you have like a main goal? Was it just the Ganon goal, or were you focusing on any of the other big ones?
Not any particular, I think. To be honest. Someday I want to go for every song though.
Yeah, I think it's a really good option. Like it's tough and absolutely seed dependent, but like if you think about all the things you need to do on the way to getting all the songs, you do get a lot of points from the various bosses you need to beat and
Yeah, exactly.
all of the enemies along the way. So it's not quite the most obvious thing to do, but I think it's quite lucrative. So yeah, I think this is now everyone having done the bottom of the well now that Ink is in there.
yeah, pretty good dungeon.
Yeah, it's 10 points and like 12 checks or something like that. Yeah, super high density and quick.
Fairly unlikely to die as well. Not that many things to die to in here, but
Yeah, you do have to be very careful on those wooden platforms. I think. Did you die on Le Plopper? Did you die on the ground down here? I think.
Yeah, because I thought Link would jump, so I pressed down on the stick, not jump too far, and it happens that Link don't jump at all. So I just went down into it,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh yeah, okay, now I know.
I think you can side hop. I jump slashed the Redead when I was trying it to get off the platform. But yeah, side hop works.
Well, I already lost, so I just tried things.
you could just
Yeah.
double back, right? Like you don't have to go off that
Yeah,
way.
you could.
Yeah, you could. It's obviously slower.
My
but,
speedrunners, man.
Yeah, well, sure, but it's also the Battle Royale special. Just don't die. So there's something to be said for being a little bit more careful. But are there any the new features for this season, Durax, that you particularly are looking forward to?
In terms of settings,
Yeah,
dungeon entrance randomizer is like probably the most fun thing so far. Really spices up every seed. shop sanity also, because you can't just go grab a shield and go do your stuff right away.
Yeah, instead you spend 15 minutes panicking that you can't find your shields. Oh no, am I going to have to go into GTG and fight Stalfos without shields?
Exactly.
What do you think of the new format? As opposed to the 1v1s from last season?
I think it's way better, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be very refreshing. It's going to be very different as well from everything else, which is exciting.
Yeah, the main thing is only mystery at the moment is just players. So hopefully we get a reasonable amount that we can keep the weeks going nicely with the eliminations and stuff. But we'll see. We'll see what the numbers end up like from next Saturday.
And again, all you need to do is go into the Ocarina of Time Randomizer Discord and hit up the Battle Royale channel, get that role assigned to you, and then you're all set for next week. Also, with the async being an option, it'll be available starting Monday, you said, Jim?
No, tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
If you can't make the live race, although it'd be good. That'd be a good option for anybody interested in this format. It's a pretty cool format.
Yeah, I say if this interests you at all, and like just go for it. Like, what's the worst that can happen? You die 1 minute in.
That is the worst thing.
I mean, we saw it in this stream as well. Like, it's gonna happen to like everyone. So yeah. I don't know if it's at all appealing to you. I think give it a go. It's super fun.
If you have any questions, just ask in the OTR Discord in the Battle Royale channel. Not sure. Me or anyone else would be happy to help.
Oh, sure. Now we've got avoid the. Are there wall masters or floor masters? The one that drop from the sky.
Wall.
Those are wall masters.
Right, gotcha.
Yeah, the floor masters crawl on the ground because they are masters of the floor.
That's right.
But is the ceiling a wall?
In this game, it is.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know. The ceiling
what
master
is a wall,
doesn't have
really?
a ring to it, does it? Roof master? I don't know.
asking the real questions on Zelda speedruns too.
I mean, you can clip through walls too. So what is a wall really in this game?
That's true.
So
maybe it starts on the wall. Maybe it jumps from the top of the wall.
Yeah, I mean, you're not looking, right?
That's it. Exactly.
I imagine it's coming from like the darkest corner of the room, the one like filled with cobwebs, makes its little nest or something.
Shout out to Ink, by the way. Ink did take the one death on Death Mountain Trail, but they haven't died again. So they've done reasonably well, all things considered, even if they even after that first one. Yeah,
good consistency in the movement. Not too many risks being taken overall. Got that hook fairly early on, so their points are kind of, like you said, kind of not getting out of control, but they're definitely picking up the pace a little bit here.
Yeah, I think you'd be pretty happy with 88 points around an hour and 40 in. Although I say an hour and 40 in, I think every one of my timers has stopped now that Durax is off stream, so I don't actually know how far we're in. I guess we're an hour and 53, so we started at basically 10 PM on the dot. So yeah, it's just sub 2 hours, 88 points, pretty good. You try and want to finish one of the. If you do manage 2.5 hours, you definitely want triple-digit points. It looks like Ink is on the way to that, and if you do end up beating Ganon, then that's a comfortable 30 points that you'll just throw in the bank. Plus all the enemies on the way. I think we've only seen one Iron Knuckle, which was on Durax's side as well, so not seen all of the different enemies that you can kill to get points.
The Denalphos are probably, I think, some of the more scarier ones. Their movement is so unpredictable. They're fast. There's so many different like strats that people use in Battle Royale to kill them. Like some people just go for like the spam bow. Other people go for like nuts, but yeah, they're a pretty dangerous boss. I think like nuts are pretty effective, but then you've got to like be prepared to roll out of the way because the way they react after being damaged is just so wildly unpredictable as well. Yeah, scary.
Which enemy is that?
There's only 4 of them. The Dynalphos. Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much
the
more.
white Wolfos?
No, the Dynalphos, the upgraded
Oh,
Lizalfos.
okay.
Yeah,
That's
they
very
are
scary.
just so
There's
much
only
more,
4 of them.
Yeah, they're so much more
So-
erratic. You know,
Yeah.
they are with a bow. They're okay. You know, you can kind of just keep your distance and shoot them with a bow. But if you don't have a bow, they really put the fear of God into you once they start jumping around.
I would actually get closer to them with bow as long as you time it correctly. It's not that bad.
Yeah, again, with bow they're kind of okay, but
Yeah,
The problem is they come in. They're always in pairs, so it's like you can only focus one
that's
at
the
a
tough
time.
part. Yeah, that's true.
If I remember well, you need to nut, damage, and then roll on the side to be safe. Because it can either jump back or jump back in your back. So
It
rolling on the
depends
side
where you
Yeah.
throw the nut, I
means
think.
you dodge the
Mostly.
damage.
yeah.
If you nut incorrectly, they'll just jump, right? So
I didn't know that there was a specific place to throw the nut though, so I will have to watch your practices. And there's the long shot at long last.
Worse.
That
nice
was-
place for it.
Yeah, unbelievably hookshot locked. So not getting that one out of logic. Unless you're an absolute.
There's only a few people in the world that can get it without hook.
I was
There,
gonna
so-
say unless you're an absolute pro gamer like Mr. Mario, I think is the only person I've ever seen do that trick in a race. So yeah, fair play. But no Song of Time for Ink here, so not going to be able to get all of the skulls.
You
It's
can
the
kill
trick,
this
you-
one. With,
you can,
with magic,
yeah,
you can kill this one.
You can kill it. The trick is in the compass room. There's a really complicated trick, like frame perfect pause buffer trick with hovers that you can get there with just hover boots. Toxic Oxygen came up with the strat a couple of years ago, and I think I've only ever seen Mr. Mario do it once, and that was it. I think it's kind of disappeared into the ether since then because it was just such an uncommon thing that people wanted to try.
For Randomizer, you want to find hook regardless, usually. So it's usually going to be faster. It's just a lot of time loss potentially for it. It's just pretty precise as well. So
Yeah, super situational.
and you need hovers for it anyway. So
Yeah.
it's like a really niche trick. Kind of personally, you have to do it exactly correctly, or you're not going to get it. So just punishing, I would say, more than anything.
Oh, that was close there. For me.
That was having the sound on is pretty good for Randa. For this
Yeah.
specifically too, you'll be able to tell when it's charging you that way. So don't play muted.
Yeah, don't have your music on. You're gonna need all the sound that you can get.
Oh, that'd be a good strat actually. No music.
I think someone did play this with no music last season. I forgot who it was.
I feel like it'd be easier to focus that way, but I mean,
It does turn into a bit of a horror game at that point, though. Like it just
yeah.
it genuinely just does become survival horror.
It's a little too quiet here.
Really spooky, and then you just hear the Stalfos grunting behind you, and you're like, "Oh, holy shit!" It might as well be Nemesis from Resident Evil, you know. So it's really, really petrifying sometimes.
It'd probably be the scariest in Shabu, I think. Just hearing all the shabombs just bouncing all over the place.
Yeah.
I feel like Jabu is fine. You just nut everything.
Yeah.
If you got no nut, yes, Jabu is carrying that part. Just take a lot of
Yeah.
nuts and then go in there. Not before.
Yeah, Jabu's a great place to go for points. It's really, really high level of points. Just never going for the Baronade pot, but we were talking about this yesterday. But fair play to anyone that wants to go for Baronade pot. More respect to them.
Yeah, it seems like a really all or nothing kind of area, right? You kind of just need Rang or You're probably not going to be there, I'd imagine.
Yeah, yeah.
The
I
only
mean,
thing
if
that-
you
Go on,
find yourself in there as adult, you could quickly farm like most of the skulls in there. That's much like way faster than using the ring.
Okay. Yeah,
Um,
it is Dungeon ER, so that's a good point.
Yeah.
There's strength 3.
Strength 3.
I find the only thing that does get me in Jabu is just that middle tentacle, the one with the 4 jellyfish around it. I find that one does it can catch me out. You know, if you go into that room wrong or you throw the rang wrong with that bloody tentacle in the middle, it can kick your ass. I think they're about to get. I think you found iron boots in here, right, Jirax?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So the full water temple kit and spirit for that spirit to morph it in. Although I don't think we've. No, we have seen water. I think water's in Deku Tree, right?
No, it was in fire.
It was in fire, right? Gotcha.
So Ink with the long shot will actually be able to take out both the knuckles here.
Yeah. Zoom across for nice and well. I say free. It should be free 6 points. Iron Knuckles aren't too bad. Again, it's just more of one of those confidence things of if you think you're going to die to a knuckle and start panicking, you'll die to a knuckle. If you treat it like you do in every other race that you've played, you'll be absolutely fine.
Yeah, for Knuckles, you just got to keep an eye on where their axe head is. That's where the hitbox is.
Yeah. We'll see if... I'm not sure if they found Mirror Shield. No, they didn't. I think only Durax found Mirror Shield because it was in the Nightmare Colossus scrubs.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
such a spicy placement.
yeah, that was one hell of a grow. I think it had a bow in it as well, so it's...
Yeah.
Yeah. Now imagine
what-
if beehives are on, they'd have a third item in there.
Oh god, yeah. But yeah, we're definitely not going to be seeing Twin Rover, but Ink does need one more dungeon boss in order to get to Ganon's castle, so we'll see if they end up trying for one soon.
I think we'll see that as long as no more deaths come in. I think we're getting to that point where it's time to hit up Ganon's castle pretty soon.
Yeah, not long left though, and they've you know,
No.
they've been really grinding skulls, but they still need to 10 or I think 10 or so skulls to get to that 50. So yeah, need to start getting a move on. Looks like they are headed to the temple.
I'd say Ink probably doesn't want to go beat Ganon without getting that skull reward after grinding so hard for it.
Yeah, I'd agree. But we're in Water Temple now. It's, as I say, it's vanilla boss keys, so we know where it is. Easy enough to get with irons and long shot, and if you know the trick to jump onto the boulder room, you'll be okay.
Yeah, so what are the points in here? There's the skull reward as well, and then the spike enemies. You got to kill all 11.
Killing all 11 spikes for, I think it's 4 points. And then there's Dark Link for 5. Getting all of the skulls, I think, is also 4 points. So a good chunk. It's not the slowest dungeon anyway. So all things considered, there's a good amount of points in here. And then obviously you've got the boss for 5 points. So you can leave here with 20 or so points if you spend 10 minutes here. It's not too bad. One of those rare rooms that is actually easier without Biggoron Sword. I always struggle with this room with Biggoron Sword, but it's...
Yeah, you just need different timing is all.
Yeah.
And somewhat positioning. It's never perfect like it is with Master Sword. But not even seeing that here. I'm going to take a slightly safer play there and just nut them all. I think Hook makes a lot of sense too there.
Yeah, I think Nut and then Hook is probably the safest method in that room.
Imagine this is pretty much their last dungeon dip. Really, they're probably just going to get as many points in here as possible, and then they'll have 3 rewards head up to Ganon's castle. I'm not sure they have time for both Skulls and Ganon's at this point, so I think it's one or the other.
Feels like such a. How many skulls has he had? Like 30 something. It's such a commitment to then bail on it.
Yeah, it's kind of running out of viable ones right now that don't take like a lot of time per skull. Like, there's a lot of overroll ones that he could get, but they all take like a minute or so each, thereabouts. So
Yeah. The problem with getting 20 so early is that he got the 20 best ones so early. So, you know, there's no free skulls at this point.
it's what makes it such an interesting goal, I think, for this format. Is you're not guaranteed an easy 50 for sure, and then maybe not even 50 in a seed. It can take a lot of time.
Honestly, the best skulls at the moment is probably using long shot to get across to Valley and getting a couple from Fortress. You know, there's like 4 or 5 that you can get around.
Yeah, that's
there.
not too bad. You could pair like Lake or something with that, and that's not too bad. But it's still only like 5, not 12.
It's not loads. Yeah.
Could get the Colossus ones.
I don't think many people are going for those Colossus skulls. That's for sure.
Probably not. No. If you have long shot though, it's not that bad.
Yeah, long shot bean is okay. Although that Gwei on the bean ride, that Gwei can mess your day up. So
yeah, I don't mess with that one.
It's interesting. Ink didn't kill those 2 spikes as he ran past them for this boss room. So it's making me think that he's just pushing for. Well, he's still going skulls. So I think he's aiming to beat Morpher to give himself access to Ganon's castle. But I still feel like he wants this 50 as well.
yeah, it could just be beat the boss and then try and get as many skulls as he can before going to beat Ganon.
It looks like he has surpassed 100 points though.
Yeah, 101
Yes.
points.
Happy
So into
100.
triple digits. Again, a reminder that Durax officially won the race. Ink has carried on after dying, but as a matter of just...
It's good to show how the pacing of this and what like a good example of pacing would be. At this point in the scene.
Now,
yeah, it's like this is the point. Sorry, you go, Jim.
No, I was just saying, he does need to be a little careful if he's trying to sort of hook shot back up to that top bit. You can definitely jump slash and ruin your day, but with save quitting, you should be okay.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, I was just gonna say this is the point of the seed where like the points really kind of like blow out. Like you're in the final half hour. This score can easily get up to like 150, 160, even higher in this last 30 minutes.
Looks like they're still not content with just leaving Water Temple, though.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, is he going for more keys for Dark Link?
Possible. We did see 1 extra key in the target.
I think that's what we're seeing.
So it could be
I don't know if he can do Central Pillar. Well, he can't. I mean, he's only got 3 hearts, so
He has a tunic.
the check itself.
He has a tunic.
Oh, he does have the tunic.
Yeah,
Okay.
Tunic was in spirit, so.
And then maybe he just forgot to hit those spike enemies down below. Then. Yeah, he's
looking at
them now.
Yeah. He's like, oh no! Why didn't I do these in the first place?
I don't think it's gonna. It's gonna be right under him.
I'm not convinced that's gonna work. So.
I don't know where they are. Oh, there.
There we go.
They're the 2 that everyone forgets about when it says there's 11 of them. People are like 11. Where are these 11?
Well, you got those 2, the 4 up there that he's done, right? And then there's 5 more.
Yeah, 5 in Central Pillar.
Oh, okay. There's 5. Okay, right. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of time invested in this water temple.
Yeah, looks like he's going for it.
Yeah, 21 minutes left.
Yeah, I think skulls and Ganons are for sure off the table now. Can't do both.
Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah, you need about 10-15 minutes for all of Ganon's plus Ganon, so it's gonna have to get there fairly quickly here. I mean, this is what, his 40th? 38th? Oh, yeah. That's not gonna do it. Yeah, need to find like a Deku, and I don't know what else you'd need, but
I think at this point you get the spikes.
Just kill Morpho, go to Ganon's.
No, I think he's going to get the spikes. He's going to go round.
Sure.
He's going to go to Dark Link, get the last skull in water, so that he can at least get that reward. And then
right, yeah, there's still points for getting these skulls. That makes sense.
Yeah. That's still pretty tight, though.
Yeah. And Ganon's is like, we already talked about the points climbing the tower, but even there's like points in the trials itself as well. Collecting all the silver rupees in the various trials. Yeah. So, like, there's so many points in Ganon's alone.
Oh, man. You're so lucky it's not Master Quest Ganon's for that.
Not that I'm considering it, but I do wonder what the difference would be for some of these dungeons in difficulty with Master Quest. Probably significant.
It's just item requirements mostly. It's just different. So, and also if you had Dungeon ER still be a thing, that'd be a little wild to think about. It'd be hard to route. Mostly the ones I'm thinking of, like you'd have a fire locked water for mostly. And then it also changes which enemies are where, though. So you would also have Lizalfos in water, like, you know. What are some other differences? I mean, Ganon's is wildly different. Shadow would be a lot harder.
That's close. I was close again. Jesus.
But also some other dungeons would be a lot easier in general, too. So DC is a lot easier in Master Quest because you can avoid a lot. And there's the built-in pillar that you can just activate off the bat. So essentially, it already has the shortcut.
All right, let's run MQ12 BR Season 2 after this.
You really are just creating your own side tournaments at this point, I think. just to compare.
We'll put Bonko on for that one as well.
Oh, wow. Okay. So still only 2 entrants.
Even this room is like, you can overthink this room. Just get the timing wrong.
Yeah,
take a hit from the spike. Yeah.
Just find Ice Arrow and freeze the 3 spikes.
Oh, that's true.
That does remind me. You had a particularly fun time in Dodongo's Cavern with the spike traps, didn't you, Durax?
Oh god. I couldn't land the jump either. It was so scary.
They
really... You can die to Morpha too here, if you're not careful.
Yeah.
Also, if you fail a jump by like Link ledge grabs, but just falls down, you can die to the spike.
Yeah, those spikes are awful. Like, I was like, oh, I can't remember where they are. Am I in the right spot? Is it going to come from left, right?
That could be both of your depths too, if you're really unlucky.
Yeah, sure.
That happened to me, like twice.
So I think Ink has bailed on Dark Link, realizing the time constraints.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just not enough time. Really, at this point, I think he only has time for Ganon if he's going that direction, but...
Alright, Serenade.
Just going for some skulls. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's
looking at Suns.
Wants his 50.
He's going to get the tree in the lab, and then that puts him at 40.
Maybe head to that GTG entrance like we spoke about. Get another like 4 or 5 along the way.
Just don't think
Yeah,
it's
he's
enough
still
time.
going to be like 5 short, no matter what he does. I think.
Yeah, I really don't think there's enough time for both. Maybe he doesn't want
Ooh.
both.
Whoa, whoa!
Wow. How
That
did
could have been a death
how
there.
didn't
That
that
was high
cause any
enough.
damage?
That was high enough.
No idea.
That's absurd. If that was me, I'd have died. It would have like sent me through the map and killed me.
Also, the Guays can go that high too. I'm pretty sure if you stay there long enough. I haven't really tested it too much, but there's no reason to test that. But you know,
Have we seen
go
this
back in.
entrance?
I don't think we've seen this dungeon. Could be Deku. Did we
This
see Deku?
is Deku.
I mean,
that could
Deku
be.
would save him.
Deku.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
could be
would
Deku.
put it within reach at least. But
Could also be GTG. Yeah, well,
ooh,
that's not going to help your skulls. I mean,
Unfortunately.
there's some good points in there.
Yeah, points in there.
Yeah, you can
there's some
get
Skullfos. I
you can
mean,
get
Just-
10
yeah,
points
just
in 2 rooms.
Yeah, and then bail out.
Yeah, but nope, really determined. Maybe this isn't even a Ganon seed. Maybe this is I will get 50 skulls come hell or high water, and that will be the end.
I mean, if that's the case, that makes a lot more sense. He definitely has time for that, but it would be like maybe a few minutes left over after we're
Yeah. It's also not worth it, in my opinion. Like, the beating Ganon is always the better goal this late,
Yeah,
because it's
Yeah.
just worth so many more points.
yeah. It's really only like if you can't find light arrows, or you go and get the hint, and it's like in a dungeon you can't even get access to, and then it's like, okay, well, I've got to find a different side objective.
Where was lights this seed?
Ice.
Ice.
Oh.
Yeah,
in
Proper
the
found those
room,
first.
the map room.
Did you pick up? Did you enter Ice Flea?
No. Was that the? I assume that's the DC entrance. Or I don't know.
I
think it
can't
was
remember what
vanilla.
Ice was.
Okay.
Yeah, vanilla it was. Yeah.
Alright, yeah.
That's where
Oh.
I find it.
Oh, that was you were heading up the river. weren't you? So you
Oh,
were-
it's open fountain. Oh.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I forgot in the beginning that it was there was like dungeon ER and everything, so I forgot to check the DC entrance.
Okay, you learned a lot. You learned a ton this season.
hey, you're ready. You're ready for the season now.
Yeah, let's go.
So yeah, I did that. I went for a big Poe yesterday in my practice, like without opponents, and I forgot that you could just spawn a small Poe that then pesters you. So don't do that. So I think Ink is probably gambling that this is Deku Tree in the GTG entrance, along with all these skulls.
I think we've
Yeah,
seen
he's
every
Seen everything
entrance
else.
apart
Okay,
from
so-
Jabu. Did we see the Jabu entrance?
Jabu is
And
vanilla.
Jabu couldn't be in GTG entrance.
I think we did. We
No,
saw.
I was just saying,
saw that,
like,
I thought.
because Deku could be in the Jabu entrance, couldn't it?
Oh right, yeah. But if we haven't seen Jabu as well, then
We've
this
seen
would
we've
have to be
seen
Deku.
we've seen Jabu.
Okay.
I don't know who saw it. I think LaPlopper.
I thought it was
found
at. I
Jabu.
thought it was at Jabu, but
Yeah, I checked the entrance at least.
Are we gonna see Ink go to the archery skull?
Maybe. I mean, if you committed to skulls here, but can you get there at nighttime without the card? Yeah, I think you can. Because the guard is only there in the day, blocking access, right? If you've not got the Gerudo card.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna get the card anyway. Maybe
Oh,
not.
that's quite slow.
it would have been fine if he walked the other way around the guard. By the way, because their vision range is so low at night.
So bad, yeah.
You can actually, if you align yourself with like from your perspective, the south wall of the staircase, you can actually just hide up all the way to here without getting caught.
This is gonna be a scary. Ink has one nut, so this fight is a lot harder. Yeah, you gotta go bow.
Yeah.
That's what I've found as well. Like resource management, like your sticks and nut counts are so important, and with shops being shuffled,
money,
like
and scrubs.
I never know,
Like-
I never know where the nuts are and stuff.
Arrows as well. If you're killing things with arrows the whole seed, then you will run
Yeah.
out very quickly. I think we did end up finding all 3 bows this seed, and that's not a bad thing to have.
Yeah, I love using arrows on my bombs just to make it a little bit faster. So I wouldn't be able to do that in this format, probably. But
Alright, well, we have found Deku Tree, so that's 4 pretty quick skulls.
Yeah, backroom skull as adult is a little bit slow.
Yeah, it's not the best.
You gotta go all the way around, but
it was
It's
kind
not
of the skulls that he needed here to complete 50 as a goal.
yeah.
Well, he's on 42 at the minute, right? So
Yeah, this will get him 46.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten the Valley ones, I don't think, or the Fortress ones. So that's 4.
He did get the Valley ones, but he's not got
Did
the
he?
Fortress
Okay.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah, that's still 2.
And he's got 9 minutes.
Ooh, making a good
For
decision
7
to
skulls?
not jump down as adult.
Yeah, that's tight for sure.
Break your ankles.
Yeah, don't jump down Deku Tree if the shortcut is on, kids. You will die.
Oh, even if you
not
drop
as
down
child.
here,
Child's fine, but
Child's fine.
yeah, you have to
you're
do
gonna be a bit sick.
this.
yeah,
Yeah.
adult is not fine. I wonder if he goes for the back skull here.
Looks like
Doesn't-
not.
Doesn't look like it. No.
Yeah, it's slow, but
It's
I mean, I
slow.
thought maybe the 3 points might have been appealing.
Yeah, because it's
Plus
not
an extra
just
skull.
not just the one for the 50, as you say, is the full collection of Deku Tree. So
What are we doing here?
Oh.
Have a nut.
Okay. Oh,
he's got no
yeah.
nuts.
Yeah. Yeah.
oh, that's
Been
rough.
there. Been there.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately,
I mean-
can't do the item in it.
Oh, he's bailing.
Yeah, he could have killed those Deku Barbers right in front of him.
Yeah.
He's choosing to. I didn't know you could long shot from here,
Neither
but I
did
guess
I.
that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Okay,
I'm learning.
Yeah, new strats for everyone there. It seems. Thank you, Ink.
good to know.
It's too niche.
You saying you don't walk out of Goma's room, out of the GTG exit to go back up to the top
Not
of the
often
fortress?
enough for it to
No.
be worth it. That's correct.
So he's going Jabu now. This is going to be his last fall in Jabu. Well, he can get 3. Oh, never mind. I'm lying.
No, that's the water. That's Water Temple, I think.
Oh, that's
So,
water. My bad.
I don't really know. It could be the. No, there's one in
Oh, he
here.
hasn't gotten. Has he gotten the DMT wall? I don't think he's gotten that even.
I
Or
don't
the
think
Gorant
he's-
City skull potentially. Oh.
I don't think he knows what he's doing. He's got 7 minutes. He's panicking a little. Maybe now he's attempting Ganon, but I think it's too late.
Yeah.
To get to 46 skulls and then commit to Ganon is crazy.
Yeah, pretty devastating. Well, no, tell a lie. He's got a bit longer. The race started at 2 minutes past, so he's got.
Oh,
He-
ooh.
He has
Bonus
8,
2 minutes.
Yeah, he has 8 minutes. No, he got the OGC.
Inquiry got
spot earlier.
OGC.
Yeah, because he did that weird save. Well, I say weird. He just save quit while I was jumping off.
Oh, it's so painful to get all those skulls.
And he's also not going to beat Ganon in time. I'm absolutely convinced. He needs
I mean,
he needs to blast through these Stalfos.
yeah, it's 6 minutes playing like normal settings, but with Battle Royale, you can probably add another 2 minutes at least.
Yeah, he needs to basically one-shot everything.
Alright, well, we're gonna see tower. We're gonna see, like, how dangerous this climb is. You got the new enemy type. We haven't seen these this stream. He has limited arrows and limited nuts.
Yeah. 6 arrows to kill, so he only has 1 left.
It's gonna have to get the arrow pot for
Nice.
Ganondorf.
Yeah. No nuts for the Stealthos, so that's just raw dogging those jumps.
That's alright. The first one's free. It's the second one that's a tougher fight.
I think the fire is more dangerous in this one.
Agree. Oh, didn't get the... There we go.
The first one, you just rhythm out. And
Okay, not too bad. That
one would have been better if you moved toward the Stalfos instead of away. Because then it would have tried to attack him.
Yeah.
Okay, it's 120 points, in theory.
Not gonna see what that big chest is, unfortunately.
These knuckles are like pretty easy points as well. You take them one at a time. They're pretty quick. You just gotta be ready for that instant attack. Oh, that was close.
Just close.
Ah, there it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
All right, chopped in half by a knuckle. Hate to see it, but it's gonna do it for Ink here. 120, or I don't know if that's actually 120, but
might still be updating his score, but
yeah, I think 120 was correct. Yeah.
For what it's worth, if Ink had have gotten through there and beat Ganon and all of that, he would have ended up on like 160, 170. It's crazy how many points are just sitting there at the end game. I can DM Ink.
But I've asked him in the in the thing. Race time chat is closed. That's strange.
Yeah, after
the room is finished.
Oh, that's very strange. Either way, we'll see if he joins us for a few minutes and wrap that up and call it a night. But yeah, thanks for joining and sticking around for the race, guys, and then the sort of follow up there. And we have an Ink. GG Ink.
GG. Nice death.
Yeah.
So
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say it looked like you couldn't quite decide whether you wanted to do 50 skulls or Ganons or both at a certain point there.
I wanted to do both. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got greedy. I think maybe I had enough time, but I had to do Ganon like without hammer or BGS, so that could have made it really, really tight.
Or nuts, because you had 0 nuts as well. So
yeah, no nuts either. So I had to do it with a hook, in theory. But yeah, that was actually kind of on the tougher side of seeds, I would say.
I agree.
Yeah, that's what we were saying. Like, I think the highest point score at the 1 hour mark was like 30 points. So it was a really slow point building seed.
Yeah, I'm a little bit sad that I died to the DMC crate climb because that would have been my PB. I died twice to it, unfortunately, and I didn't have a fairy because I dropped my fairy for skulls, which I think is still fine. It's risky though.
Yeah, I think you did. For as far as skulls go, you did really well. You had 20 skulls well in advance of everyone else. And you know, as a strat, I think that was solid. And as you say, you were sort of grinding up towards that 50 mark, and then you sort of ran out of steam a little bit between those last few dungeons. Couldn't quite decide what to do in Water Temple, and then Deku Tree. You went in there without any nuts for Goma, which is unfortunate. So yeah. I think time was definitely crunching on you a little bit for sure. At one point I was like, I think you're just going to end on 50 and call it there, and then it's the sort of the flip to Ganon's right at the end. Not sure if you had just enough time, but it would have been close for sure.
Yeah, it would have been very close. I don't know. It's very it's very hard to say because you don't really get a hook shot Ganon every day, right?
No, definitely not.
But
no, that,
I think
that was. Go on.
I think maybe if I skipped bottom of the well, maybe I could do the 15 Ganon and I would have enough time. Although well does have like a lot of nice points, but you know obviously 50's more, so maybe well was just my mistake. If I skip that, maybe I like get 15 Ganon in, but it is what it is. Retrospect can't you know. In retrospect, you can't really. You can say all these things, but
Yeah,
it's hard
sure.
to make the decision in the moment.
By the way, the boomerang was in the Goron City pot, so
Ooh.
definitely something that was available and could have helped Skulls relatively early, but it was a pretty awkward one to get for sure.
Yeah, especially because I did Child Goron Sea with just Hot Rodder and the shop. Like I just did those two things, and
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah, I'm not coming back here.
Yeah, perfectly fair. But no, I think it was. I'm glad that it was as you say. It's a shame you died because you did really well after the death, ironically, and then just sort of took no hits since and had a really strong run. Again, for those here, GG's Durax, who is the official winner of the kickoff race with 41 points, I believe, at just over an hour.
Yo, let's go Durax.
Yeah, well done on that. But no, it was really good to see. I think between you all, we saw a lot of really new, good news stuff. Durax also did the 4 Gways. I think you got 5 Gways actually, which was
I got 5.
Really impressive. I can't give you any bonus points for that, but it was good to see regardless.
Plus respect. That's what you get.
Yeah, exactly. Bonus hype points. But no, yeah, we saw lots of stuff between you all. So thank you all for jumping on this one. I know it's especially for Flea and LaPlopper that hadn't quite been grinding out the seeds that you two have. Jumping onto a restream is quite daunting for something you've not practiced so much. So I thank you guys for being willing to do that for sure.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun.
But yeah, just a reminder that the async goes live tomorrow at 9 p.m. UTC, and the weekly race is a week later, so the 18th of October at 9 p.m. 8 p.m. UTC for both of those. Sorry, I got an hour ahead. But I'll ping everyone for those dates and times as we go. But yeah, really looking forward to the season kicking off.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, for sure.
Same.
It's been a lot of fun. Like out of the practice seeds I've done with DR and like the hint distro changes, like I've had a lot of fun, man.
All right. Anything else to add, or I think we can hand it to Alka to close.
Bring it on next week.
Oh, there we go.
Down.
Fine words. He was here in the booth today, but it'll be on the battlefield next week as he dies to a moblin in 7 minutes. So we'll see how he goes.
It'll be the scrub and Jabu. That's his nightmare fuel right now.
No, it's the Octo. It's not the scrub. It's the Octo.
Oh, really? Okay.
Next to the scrub, yeah.
Alright, I think that's it, everyone. Thanks a lot to all 3 of our commentators, Chimp, Hyper, and Soda, for being here and animating 2 hours and 30 minutes of dying. And, a big thanks to all 4 of our runners for this showcase. Amazing run. We went overtime because we like these settings, so no overtime next time. So we will see
perfectly fair.
We will see how long the races get at this point. But yeah, we will see more of these tournaments when we have restream races. So yeah, I'm gonna be there for that. So I hope a lot of people will also be on there. But yeah, that's about it for us for now. We have other races on the SR tonight, not Battle Royale unfortunately, but it's still a lot of races. We have Majora Mask, Randomizer, Standard Tournament, the semi-finals on the SR main right now that we are gonna raid. It's Spec versus Trev. So yeah. But I think that's it for us for tonight. Right here. So thanks everyone, and see you later. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.